Hey y'all, welcome. Uh, I'm definitely a little late, and my lighting is still not quite what I want. Is it a good or a bad thing that I look a little washed out and pale? I mean, I don't mind, but eh. Oh well. Mm, slightly better. All right. So I'm back finally after all this time to Ace Attorney. Uh, let's let's not do the math on how long it's been since we started the investigations. We only got one episode in. Oh. All right. Well, we're doing episode 2 now today. With Ace Attorney games, I do not want to overpromise. So we're gonna try to do the entire episode, but you know how it is. Yeah, many moons have passed. All right. Well, I did. The buttons were all pushed by Mari. Here, so, there's water. I got my meds right here. Remember, everyone, if you haven't taken them, take your meds. You're not you when you're unmedicated, you know. Yeah, stress. Got stress also. Yeah, it's because before you joined, they were all already pushed anyway. Like she tagged them the instant I went live. But yeah, oh, I'm gonna say again because the rollout on the actual announcements for it has been slow because I gotta remake the flyer, which is something I forgot until like yesterday. But yeah. So new stream schedule is Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday, but Wednesday and Thursday are going to be more during the day, kind of like the same ish times that Monday was. But Sunday is going to be roughly the same time as it has always been. Um, oh, and another hydrate. Hey, Evie. Mm. Hydrate, die straight, or die straight. Uh, yeah. So Ace Attorney Day. Wednesdays will be Star Wars Day, and Thursday will be miscellaneous and collab day. So like this next Thursday, we'll probably be doing more Super Battle Golf and Peak, but after that, we might not do collab, and I might just do a one-off game of my own. I might be another collab. I don't know. I'm not planning that far ahead. Um, fair, fair. We do have that quasi moon. I don't think it really counts. Like, I think if we're talking about the same quasi moon, if that counts, then the junk that we've left in orbit counts. That's my opinion. Um, the ISS counts. If this quasi moon counts, you know? But yeah, let's get started. I gotta figure out what to do with these lights. On that side. It's fine. What if I. No, no. I just want a little bit of light from there. What if I... Yeah. We'll figure it out even if I have to get another lamp. True. It's gonna be here for a little bit, which is nice. Oh, I never fixed my gaming view entirely. So that means I need to just do this. There we go. And game we are playing. There we go. All right, we're good to go. And only 40 minutes after I planned. There we go. What do you mean? 303 windows visible? Oh shit, I'm also still... There we go. 2 days earlier. Didn't we do this already? We already did this case. Wait, no. This was before. This was... Wait. I got myself so lost already because I stopped paying attention because I noticed. All right, they were saying something about, I think it was a recap of the case we just did, but then 2 days before, hey, I thought I turned off auto. Oh shit. We are currently experiencing some slight turbulence. Okay, so he's on a plane. We knew that you just came back into town. Yep. We're supposed to be fastening our seatbelts. I get it. And then someone spilled a bunch of wine directly on top of an unconscious Edgeworth or something. March 12th, 6:13 a.m. Flight G390, first floor lounge. Why do I feel like I just woke up from a horrible nightmare? 6:13, huh? Guess I was out cold for about 10 minutes. Huh. Slight turbulence indeed. Is this like the train equivalent of an airplane? Is that an elevator on an airplane? Do you think this is... Honestly, it is Easter. Honestly, you should be in a bunny suit for Easter. It's only what's right. So but is the elevator on a plane like just normal in this reality, or is this some rich people nonsense? Yeah. Yeah, no, see the windows. See out the windows. And we were on a plane. Like that was one of the outside of the plane looked like a normal plane. Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently experiencing some slight turbulence. For your safety, we ask that you return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts. God, I need to turn the speed up. I suppose turbulence is to be expected on a flight. Can I do that now? How do I... Though admittedly, I'm less comfortable with anything resembling earthquakes. Yeah. Oh, right in the wine. What's this? A travel wallet? But it's not mine. You're reverse pickpocketed, I guess. How did someone else's travel wallet wind up in my pocket? Yeah. Yeah. My head. Why won't this headache go away? I'll take care of this travel wallet later, or hand it off to an attendant. Ugh! From earthquake-like turbulence to an elevator? Oh, yeah, he's got trauma on elevators also. Yeah. This plane ride was formulated to fuck with him. What am I doing hesitating like this? Actually, I know full well why I hesitate. It was when I was still but a young child. I was caught up in a murder that happened in an elevator. Yeah, well, I know this. I'm presuming most of you all remember this. If you don't, archive. Ow. How long am I going to let my past haunt me? It's just an elevator. I'm a grown man now. I need to behave like one. Oh, look, a dead body in the elevator. That's not gonna harm his psyche anymore. Bonus points. Okay, Twitch is functioning. Totally. What in the world happened? Is there something wrong, sir? I must ask that you please return to your... Eek! I'm not gonna, like, full on screen. I have roommates. He's dead! Please calm down. We mustn't jump to conclusions with all the facts. Without all the facts. What's wrong? Did something happen? You murderer! Yeah, honestly. Him in elevators. What? No, you have it all wrong. It wasn't me. March 12th, 6:41 a.m. Was it? Yeah, this is after, because it was 6:13. Did they handcuff him? Also, yeah, this plane is some rich people nonsense. Flight G390, sorry. Second floor, first class. What the fuck? This elevator has floors. Everyone, I am so sorry to interrupt, but I have an important announcement. I am one of your flight attendants today. Rhoda Tenero. Wait, did she not? Why is she introducing herself by name? I don't know. She's a flight attendant or whatever. Unfortunately, I've just had a minor accident on this flight. An accident? Don't treat me like we're stupid. I caught a glimpse and it was a murderer. What? Murderer? What's going on with this flight? Everyone, please calm down. There's no reason to panic. This flight will stay on course and make its scheduled landing. We are still currently in the middle of a rough patch of turbulence, so until we are out of this air turbulence, I ask that you please remain seated. But someone is killed, right? I mean, what about the killer? Let me off! Please, there is no need to feel threatened. We have already apprehended the culprit. I ask that everyone please remain calm. What the heck is he talking about? Why should we remain calm? My name is Miles Edgeworth. I am a prosecutor, and I assure you I am not the killer. Huh. Being a prosecutor doesn't make you incapable of murder, buddy. Random passenger, not wrong. In fact, we've had prosecutors who are the murderers already. Not this game. Wait, no. Yes, we have this game. The first case, the murderer was a prosecutor. I don't know, that one passenger, I trust that passenger. Huh. Well, we don't know if this has 3 floors. It could just be 2 decks. Huh. Being a prosecutor doesn't make you... Yeah, weird. Now you listen here. I'm not a killer. I simply found the body. So you say. However, I am sure that you are the perpetrator of this crime. I swear on my honor as a professional flight attendant. Oh, is that right? I know what I saw. And there's even very strong incriminating evidence to back me up. What kind of incriminating evidence is she talking about? We already alerted the proper authorities at our destination. Until we land, you will remain in our custody by the powers vested in our captain. I'm very sorry, but please understand our situation. your situation. I'm more concerned with mine and the direction it's going in. I'm not about to just sit idly by while I get accused of murder. Miss Teniro, is it? Rada Teniro. I'm not getting the pun on this one yet. Rada Teniro? Teniro? Teen-iro. Yes. I was wondering if you might give me a chance. A chance to do what? A chance to plead my case. And a chance to ask what you mean by incriminating evidence just now. What is she? The fingers? That's... How is... Actually, now that I'm trying... How does she have just her pinkies out that far? Oh god, wait. Oh god, this is hard. Okay. No. Best I can do. Best I can do without, but then... There. I guess that's... Yeah. Wow. Okay. To accuse a passenger of such a grave crime without allowing him to give a proper defense, can a professional flight attendant inside of you really call this action righteous? I don't know if flight attendants are righteous by just, like... Is that a thing? Are flight attendants supposed to be righteous? Oh, is that just a me thing? Is me not being able to... Without my other fingers coming... Like I can split it out just a little bit, but then after that far, my other fingers come with... Yeah, is that just a me thing? You have a point. Very well, I'll listen to what you have to say. But be wary of what you reveal. I'm afraid you'll only look even more suspicious if your explanation fails to satisfy. I also do not have the time to deal with you all day, so please make it quick. Of course, as you wish. Good. Very well then. Let's get started. And if the fact that I didn't kill that man in the elevator. What I don't know is what sort of evidence she has up her sleeve. But I'm certain it doesn't fit with how the crime really occurred. My pinky fingers hurt a little bit now. Yeah. I have met flight attendants. They are definitely not bereft of sin. What Miss Teniro saw. I swear to tell the whole truth as a professional flight attendant. Unfortunately for you, Mr. Edgeworth, I am certain you are the killer. The scene I saw in front of the elevator, it was you standing there with fresh blood dripping off the murder weapon. I killed the man with a wallet? That's what you think? So if you would please cooperate, we'll turn you over just as soon as we land. The wallet? She thinks I killed him with a wallet? Sure. That's it? That's her evidence? I don't think you could ask for more perfect witness testimony. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? Not really. It's hardly perfect when there's a gaping hole in it. Miss Teniro, what do you think about this piece of evidence? What do I think about? Oh, I'm sorry. What do you mean that's not right? What do you mean? Being professional as a pro, I should have listened to your question with a smile. And I must also answer all questions with a smile. Okay, I guess I should press it first. Or did I present to the wrong evidence again? Because I do that. Great. The murder weapon, dripping with blood. Really now? I swear that was the grisly scene I saw before me. Thank goodness I wasn't a passenger who saw, or there'd be widespread panic by now. As I recall, you were quite panicked yourself at the time. Excuse me? You were scared enough to misread the situation and accuse me of murder. Nonsense. Professional flight attendants cannot afford to be that flustered. I witnessed the murder scene, and am now listening to your defense, all with a smile. Apparently you also lie with a smile on your face. I think I presented to the wrong one again. I don't know how I can be so bad at that. It's like some sort of... there, yep. Miss Tenero, what is with the yelling all of a sudden? Force of habit. Well, it doesn't matter. Miss Tenero, you say you saw the murder weapon dripping with blood? Is that correct? Camera. I swear, Camera, I have not seen you do this badly before, but then again, I've only been here for a short time, so maybe it's because of the... Jesus. Yeah, that I've never seen you unfocus that much. Okay. My camera apparently did need glasses. Or did you just forget your glasses for a second? Huh. Did you think about that? Alright. Yes, all that blood. Drip, drip, drip. Just recalling that scene sends a chill down my spine. Sorry, but your so-called professional flight attendant training has failed you. What? I'd like to direct your attention to this. Do you know what this is? It's a travel wallet, right? But it looks a little big and bulky. The thing you saw me holding when I discovered the dead body in the elevator was this very travel wallet, Miss Tenero. What? Impossible. Now then, do you still think I'm the killer? That I killed him with a travel wallet? No, but I saw blood dripping from the wallet. I know I did. As you can see, this wallet is clearly stained. But if you would be so kind as to take a whiff, I think you agree it's only grape juice. No. First of all, it was wine. That's totally fucking wine, especially with these rich people. Second of all, I think taking a whiff of a wallet stained in grape juice wouldn't really smell like... grape juice isn't like a thing that like gets its smell all in stuff, you know? Wine, it would reek of wine, you know? It would not reek of grape juice. Then that's right. You mistook grape juice for blood. Oh god. Wine. It's wine. Just say wine. The murder weapon dripping with blood does not, in fact, exist. No. There, that should clear up that pesky accusation. Wait, just a sec. That is, I mean, even a wallet could be deadly if it was wrapped around something heavy. Does she think I have a brick inside that wallet? Me whacking people off with the wallet filled with my tungsten cube. She's trembling, the tacked on please at the end. Sounds like I've got her. There's no need to look inside. Even you can tell from its appearance that it's light. No. I can't be sure of anything until I see the contents of that wallet for myself. Limited edition tungsten credit card, you're right. Hashtag. Oh yeah. The tungsten wallet, tungsten credit card is better than the platinum credit card, but that's because you have to be able to physically take it to the store, and that's how they get you. That's how they get you. They make it much better much, much better than any other credit card because very few people will actually be able to use it. Sigh. She's a persistent one. I suppose we have no choice but to see what's inside. Miss Tenere, if you would be so kind as to open the wallet and check its contents for me. Alright. I usually don't pry into passengers' belongings, but we have no choice here. KK Travel Wallet. Republic of Borginia. Republic of Borginia? Sure. I suppose. I've heard worse fake country names, I suppose. See, the passport is all that's in here. As you saw, this is nothing but a passport inside. This renders your wallet was the murder weapon argument moot. Wouldn't you agree? Please hear me out, Mr. Edgeworth. What is it now? Well, I was wondering, whose passport is it exactly? Can I take a look? Why not? I'm rather curious myself. The murder victims. Fair. Surname Hicks. Given name's Ackby, so... Ackby Hicks? Ackbay? Ackbay Hicks? The puns in this game. They're so esoteric sometimes. What is this? Let's see. Borgonia, Hicks, Ackby. Okay, yeah. Book, okay. Just as I thought. This travel wallet belongs to Mr. Ackby Hicks, which makes it the victim's property. Cool. You stole the victim's wallet? Didn't you? How dare you? You said it yourself. You claimed to be holding this wallet in your hands when I found you. Perhaps I did misconstrue the wallet for the murder weapon, but it seems that I wasn't wrong about who the culprit is. As you claim, the murder weapon is not the travel wallet. However, it is something you stole from Mr. Hicks after you were done with the vile deed. I find it hard to believe myself, but your motive was very simple. You were out to steal Mr. Hicks' money, weren't you? So even though I didn't have the murder weapon on me, you still suspect me, I see. You stood up at the crime scene with the victim's wallet in your hands. How can I turn a blind eye and not suspect you of foul play? Oh, she's twitching. She's twitching. Is her hair bun cubes? Are those cubes in her hair? Sure. Hashtag her cube.
Hold it!
You think I stole it? Yes, I'm very sorry to say it, and I wouldn't usually be so rude, but it must be said. I never thought I'd see the day, but here I am calling a passenger a thief. Maybe I should put on a serious face to say it more directly. I believe you removed the wallet from the victim's personage. It really doesn't matter how you phrase it. What I'd like to know is why you think I stole Mr. Hicks' wallet.
Hold it!
You think I was after his money? Where did that cockamamie idea come from? True, you're also a passenger in first class, but I thought something was off about you and those deeply etched lines on your forehead. Oh, and now she's making it personal. They're not lines, they're perfectly normal and a part of my natural face. I don't think I've ever met someone with such a terrible countenance on a flight before. That's when it hit me. You have the face of someone with money trouble. Sure, pursuing this line of logic. Oof. As we discussed last time, Edgeworth makes too much money. Spare her present the piece of evidence that contradicts her testimony.
Hold it!
Wait, fuck, that wasn't the right button. Not that. Oh, why not? Because that wallet may not have been what I thought. Alright, yeah. What do you mean there's a flight itinerary? What do you mean it's printed in a magazine? What do you mean? Oh, look. There's money all over the floor. Huh. Yeah, I think I'm gonna present that, hey.
Objection!
If I get a word in, Miss Tenero. What is it now? Miss Tenero, I wonder if you noticed the contradiction within your own testimony. What are you talking about? It's simply impossible that the motive for this murder was monetary theft. One glance at the crime scene should have told you that. What about this scene would prove that the motive of the murder was not the money? I mean, the money all over the floor? Oh, he's whacked with the statue. Cool, I see a bit of blood there. What was on the lanyard, though? What do you think that was?
Take that!
If I may direct your attention to the things strewn all over the floor. Ah, that's right. The floor is covered in bills and coinage. By your rationale, these were the very things the killer was after. Huh. I think we assume that the wallet fell during the victim's struggle with his killer. And I would think that the killer would have noticed something like money scattering everywhere. Furthermore, as you can see, there was no effort made by the killer to gather the money. But the wallet.
Objection!
Ah yes, the wallet. You will also recall that the only thing in it was Mr. Hicks' passport. Ah, if you're really insisting that it was a crime based on greed, then you're claiming that it was all for an empty travel wallet. Forgive me. Please. Hey, what the heck? Are you saying the attendant's wrong? So that guy isn't the killer? Ha! Don't believe it. Everyone, it's a trick. Will you all please be quiet? Miss Tenero. Yes? You lost your cool when you saw the dead body. Plus the lounge was dark, and looking into the light from the elevator, it's easy to see how you mistook the wallet in my hand for the murder weapon. I take no offense that you thought I was the killer. Mr. Edgeworth? Thank you for releasing me. So did, like, she just have those handcuffs? I'm not seeing an air marshal of any kind. So are we telling me that she had handcuffs? I don't think that's standard issue for a flight attendant. But I'm not gonna dig any deeper because honestly, girl, she's allowed to have her have her things, you know? I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm not kink shaming. I'm just pointing it out. That's all I'm trying to do. Okay, so does this man speak a language we don't understand, and instead of assigning it some specific language, they're just throwing hieroglyphs at us? Like, okay, they're not even hieroglyphs, they're just, you know, wingdings, basically. mean, they're kind of higher. Yeah. I don't cut. I don't know. One of the symbols is used twice. I get the vague feeling this is supposed to actually mean something, like specific. What is it now? Like there was an intention. Like someone in the creative department decided what that meant, and you know. Ah, shit! God hit him. God hit him with the Tower of Babel. Oh, okay, and now we've got this music going on, so maybe it is supposed to be hieroglyphics. Why are... Why are we on a flight with the White Pharaoh? This itinerary, if you could please translate, I'd be much obliged. Sounds like Borginian, but I don't understand any of it. There's another attendant on this flight who... I said that he's giving the runabout. I don't require an interpreter, I speak English just well, see? Why... you heard all that in English. You are reacting to what you heard. Like... Alright, yeah. You, the attendant. Yes, sir? I want this person to be under the arrest until we arrive at the airport. Under the arrest until we... Is that a translation issue or on purpose? Like, did whoever translated this into English fuck up, or is that supposed to... I'm gonna assume it's just a translation error. Sorry, sir, but what exactly are you hoping for? What is it you want? I'm finished talking to the likes of you. Please, I would like to hear why you would like me to be held under arrest until we land. How... Oh, you! How dare you try to waste my time? You were the one who stuck your nose into my affairs. I want to spend even at least one more second with my precious art. Okay, so first of all, technically speaking, it's not grave robbing anymore. It's grave relocating at worst. No. Second of all, Egyptology is its own specialty. Those Egyptologists are so, like, because of the past, Egyptology is like its own whole thing, okay? I'm not that specialist, okay? I have no time for other things. I know what you are. I see through you. Insolvent. Yes, I'm pretty sure that's how you say it in English. Well, I should hope I'm not monetarily bankrupt, but I don't think that's what you meant. Sorry, but I don't think I caught your name. I am Zinc LeBlanc II. I'm a very wealthy man in the Bourgogne. LeBlanc. White Pharaoh II. But I'm not an ordinary rich man, I'm an art dealer, a rich seller of beauty. Also, it does give the impression of being 3 feet, but it's because, I think he is shorter than Edgeworth, but it's because they're not standing at the same place, you can see. But, like, you can't see his feet because of the counter. But you can see, like Edgeworth's feet are here, and it lines up with this guy's hips, you know? So if we accounted for the fact that his entire legs are below Edgeworth, he's probably, like, the same height. Mr. LeBlanc, what did you mean just now? Pardon? When you said that Mr. Edgeworth was giving me the runabout. I have to explain? Unbelievable. I will say it once and only once. I do not have even a second to waste. Time is money, as they say. Yes, and yet you continue to blather on. I saw it. Yes, I did. Saw the victim go onto the elevator. Going down to the lounge. It was exactly at 6 o'clock. And what's the significance of that time? At 6, he says. Wait, you saw him at 6? Huh. Well, what's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? He understands, I see. Miss Attendant, what time did you discover the body? Well, it was a little after that patch of turbulence, so I would say around 6:15. Ah! Hicks was his name, was it? Then I say that Hicks was killed in the 15-minute time span. And the only person in the lounge at that time was this prosecutor, yes? Yeah. I was in my seat the whole time. Yeah, bro, I know. We know you never left that seat. Honestly, yes, he does look more like a... He does look a little bit more like a Habsburg. He's definitely supposed to evoke merchant trader aesthetic. I'm just I don't know. I don't know. But he definitely, like, he's definitely not a very good guy. Okay, so we got man who's afraid to fly, man who decides to drink everything on the flight, and I think the other guy looks like he's here to eat everything on the flight. Me too. I was watching the movie and enjoying a fine glass of grape juice. Yeah. I was still eating. Still haven't finished, see? Oh my god, that steak is the size of a child. Also, did this man bring his Super NES on the... No, that's a... Genesis? I saw the controller at first, and then but no, that's like a... Point is, this man brought his game console on the flight with him, and the flight has TVs you can plug it into, apparently. This is some rich people nonsense. Actually, rich people nonsense means that the video game consoles were complimentary, but you had to ask to have it installed or set up or something, probably, Also, that fucking steak is huge. And is that like an entire like stick of butter melted in the center or something? That baguette is the size of like both of his arms. Jeez. Meanwhile, Edgeworth was just playing chess with himself, studying law, and drinking... Is that just coffee? Because it looks like it looks a little bit like tea in the cup, but it looks a little more like coffee in the... It's probably just tea. Edgeworth likes tea, Yeah. Also, did this flight only have 6 passengers? Again, white people nonsense, or rich people nonsense. Yeah, no, he absolutely clawed that open. Like, I didn't say anything because I just moved right past it. I was just like, we don't have time to unpack that. Like, if he clawed that open, shouldn't that have, like, grounded the flight or something? But yeah, the other passengers have an alibi, so you have no problem with them, I suppose. No complaint, I see. Not a single word against this, right? I have no way of discounting what you have put forth at this point, but it wasn't me. Oh? So you say. Do you have what you say, the evidence? Mr. Edgeworth, are you really the culprit after all? Mr. LeBlanc, I suppose you are quite certain what you saw. Enough to give testimony? Of course, I was looking at that man the whole time. Oh, yeah. It, like, folds out and then flips up, is what it looks like. It's a really interesting TV-like placement and design. Because, like, when it's not in use, the screen's protected by accidental knocking, because it's flipped down. Like, I actually really like this design conceptually. Still, rich people nonsense. But like, honestly, if I ever have to mount a TV somewhere that's gonna swivel or something like that, I'm stealing this idea. All right, Evie. Good night. I was playing with an annoying little small machine the whole time. Machine? Yes, that's what you people call it in English, yes. It was making me crazy with the click, click, click. In that description, it sounds like some sort of small computer. I believe what Mr. Blanc's talking about is a cell phone. I have to say that I did see him playing with it quite a bit myself. A simple cell phone, a laptop or organizer I can see, but that's kind of low budget. Wait, when did this game come out again? Wait, when does this take place also? Like... Cause... In what reality did Edgeworth think that this man was walking around with a laptop? You know, like walking around, you know, but then also cell phone, low budget. I mean, like, I swear this would have been like the right time period for him to have been like, you know, on a BlackBerry or something, you know? Like those... yeah, alright. I hate that noisy little machine in his hand. Not a fragment of beauty, all it produces is ugly sounds. Anyway, I know what I saw. Miss Tenero. Yes? I was wondering if I might be granted permission to examine the crime scene. What? You want to examine the crime scene? If you would grant me a little measure of time, I'm sure I could produce the right culprit. I don't like the sound of that. Fox in the duck pen. That's not the saying. But okay. Close enough, you know? I'll forgive him. English isn't his first language. That's alright. It's alright. Duck, hen. Yes, I think that is how you say it in English. It's fox guarding the hen house, and I believe my innocence was proven earlier. Yeah, but this game I think came out when Blackberries were a thing, you know? So you're right that the consoles might have been evocative of an earlier time, but like that I'm gonna chalk up to just, you know, artistic, you know, direction. But I'm pretty sure that this came out when Blackberries were a thing. Miss Tyrion, if you wait until we arrive, there's a good chance that some evidence will have been destroyed by then. Also, right now, whoever killed that man is on this plane. There is nowhere this man could have gone, or woman. I'm just... Oh, no, there was another flight attendant. I was just like, well, but if it's between these two suspects, you know? I guess there could be a middle class. Or not, yes, there's a middle class. An economy class, flights or whatever. or something. We'll find other suspects. I understand. Let me see what the captain has to say. Huh. This should not be... Blech. Please, Mr. LeBlanc, in an emergency, all decisions are to be made by the captain alone. Okay. Now, please wait here while I go ask the captain what to do. I'll be right back. You're not planning to erase evidence when you are doing your investigation, yes? Of course not. Huh. We'll see. Is he rubbing the statue? Mr. Edgeworth, you have the captain's permission to investigate the crime scene. What unbelievable. I'm in your debt, Miss Tenero. However, there is one condition. I am to supervise you. Can you agree to that? Of course, I see no problem with that stipulation. It's only natural as I am still a suspect in this case. Grr. Well, technically speaking, she could be a suspect, but, like, she would not have... She would have flipped back to pointing the finger at me if she was the actual killer by now. Like, I mean, she would not be letting me investigate the crime scene, I don't think. Hope this is reassurance enough that there will be no foul play. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, shall we proceed? If you should need my help with anything, please feel free to use triangle to talk. It's time to head to the scene of the crime, the first floor lounge. Ooh. It's Mr. Hicks' seat. I don't see the machine Mr. LeBlanc was talking about. Perhaps it's in the elevator. Maybe we should probably head down to the crime scene now. Wait. There's also stairs? I thought I'd have to use the elevator. March 12th, 7:26 a.m., flight G390, first floor lounge. Of course, the elevator is still out of commission because of the crime scene. I want to thank you for your help back there, Mr. Nero. It was nothing. You should thank the captain for granting you permission. And just so everything is perfectly clear, I still don't trust you. Your standing with me hasn't changed one iota. I see. I'll bear that in mind. I received an order from the captain earlier. He wanted you to know that we reserve the right to stop your investigation if we feel you are not making progress. Actually, conspiracy theory time. It was the pilot, and that's why we were going through turbulence that was so bad, because the pilot just left the... just fucking left the cockpit entirely, and wasn't there to correct on the flight, so it just kind of bumped really bad while he was, you know, off murdering the guy. We reserve the right to stop. Okay. And we would do, he asks that you please return to your seat at that time. So my time runs out at his and his crew's discretion, does it? I have to find a way to discredit Mr. LeBlanc's testimony before time's out. I understand. By the way, is there any place you can think of where the killer might hide on board? I don't think so. After every first-class passenger was accounted for at his or her seat. We made a thorough search of the plane. As for business and economy class, no one can move between those two classes in first class without a staff keycard. So there is a third floor. Or is there just like a big... Either there's a third floor, or like... there's a big, you know, door between first and economy and business, you know? No one can move between those two classes in first class plus 2. And we found no record of a keycard being used at all. Which means that I have a first class killer on my hands. At least I know that much for sure. And one other thing. No one else has been allowed near this crime scene since the murder was discovered either. Cool. Begin investigation. Oh my god, is that the... No, let's get started. But where should we start from? Let's start with Mr. LeBlanc's statement. Crime occurred between 6 a.m. and 6:15 a.m. During that interval, the only person in the lounge was myself, which would make me the prime suspect. However, since I did not kill Mr. Hicks, it means that the killer was around somewhere. Hey, Athena. We're doing alright. If we are to believe what you say is true, then yes. First order of business would be to gather information to win your trust. So, like, instead of there just being a locked door between the classes, there's, like, the closed mall store bars. Like, I feel like that's ruder. Like, oh, you can come and see, you can come and see first class. You know, you get to watch the opulence that you're not allowed anywhere near. This door leads to the flight attendant's room, but please understand that it's off limits to unauthorized personnel. The room is giving off the scent of a woman's perfume. I would think that perfume would smell great, however, to me it simply smells. That's because you're gay. Not that I have an interest in what lies behind this door. Perhaps we should return to the investigation, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth? Sorry, I spaced out for a second there. These counter windows offer a glimpse of the sky, but these clouds, they tell me nothing. Mr. Edgeworth, you look like you're talking to the clouds. Is that so? Then tell me, what do you suppose I said to them? I don't know, but it looks like a rather one-sided conversation. Clouds, they tell me nothing. Let's topple over a chair, yet another victim of the turbulence. Ah, no! Look at all that grape juice staining in the back. I may not look it, but this chair was extremely valuable. Extremely valuable. It was? Yes, it was used when the Rocker Pals came to tour this plane. Who? The Rocker Pals leader sat in this very chair. Who? I'm sorry, but what are these Rocker Pals? Can't believe you've never heard of them. They're all their age. The Rocker Pals are an extremely popular international band. They added the Pals part as they became more popular, especially among teens. Sure. Oh, that explains that I'm not really one for the music of today. Maybe I should ask Detective Gumshoe about them later. Ask Maya. On second thought, I can already see how confusing the conversation would get. Glasses and candles thrown into disarray by the turbulence. It's been a while since I've seen this big of a mess. It's terribly embarrassing, but I thought it was an earthquake for a second. And I frantically started searching for gas valves to shut off. I guess the shaking of the plane was bad enough to be mistaken for a real earthquake. Morg, when you, renew your subscription, or... Yeah, when you renew your subscription, or your sub anniversary, or whatever is near-ish, not necessarily right on, it'll give you an option to make a statement. Yeah. Well, that's what I said, or on your renewal, like, anniversary, you know? So, like, whatever time of the month it was that you originally started the auto renew. Yeah, it'll pop up when you join chat. You know, if you're in the window. All right. Not that I would know, since I was unconscious for most of it. Alright. There's some spilled grape juice in front of the elevator. I assume it was spilled during the turbulence. Oh, we must clean that up, or someone might get hurt. Footprints. Uh-huh. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Well, you'll get a chance every month, because you know, every month, you know. No. Found some very important evidence. The fucking footprints. What is it? They're a little smudged, but I think we can both agree that they are a set of footprints. Yeah. So you think, yes, those belong to our killer. Oh, then maybe we should check the shoe sizes of everyone in first class. I don't think that will be any help to us. Unfortunately, the prints are too smudged, which will make it hard to get a definitive match. Oh, I see. Also, they're heading that way. They're heading that way. The in-flight shop is just beyond these Oh, it's the in-flight shop. So it is literally a closed store shutter, you know? Ah, fair. Athena did fuck you on that, you know? Athena made sure you were always a month behind, huh? The in-flight shop is just beyond these shutters. But we don't have permission to open them, so I'm afraid I must leave them closed. There must still be clues to be found here in this lounge. I must remain ever vigilant. Alright. What floors does this elevator service? Floors multiple. Only the first and second, though it can also go down to the cargo hold. However, that requires a flight crew keycard. So the only floors accessible to passengers are the first and second, huh? I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. What is this sinister-looking figure on the floor here? Oh, that's a piggy bank of our company mascot, Captain Ugo. Ugo? Ugo. Go, you. The you go, go you. The go you go? You go, oh, you go, go you. Go you go. Go, you go, you. It's just one of the many pieces of merchandise we sell at our in-flight shop. This bank is a limited edition and is so popular that we're down to our last one. You have an in-flight shop? Yeah, it's through there. Yes, it's just beyond the lounge to the right. The shutter of the store is closed at the moment, but it was open the whole flight up until Mr. Hicks' body was discovered. There's blood on here. Could this have been the murder weapon? I wonder what's hanging off this lanyard. Something's missing from this picture. Now, if I could just put my finger on it. I doubt anyone's expecting to find a dead body in the elevator on this flight. Generally speaking, people don't expect to find elevators anywhere. I missed a word there. Generally speaking, people don't expect to find elevators on airplanes or bodies anywhere, you know? Yeah. Yes, she's trembling, although I can't fault her for that, when there's a corpse right there. Mr. Hicks, if you're really dead, then please answer yes. What? I survived the Murder in the Skies t-shirt would make bank. That would be pretty, that could make some bank, but I don't know if they'd be able to sell them because they probably don't have a printing press right here on the plane, you know? That's something they're gonna have to phone to their destination to get ready to deliver at the departure gate, you know? Or arrival gate, God, my brain sometimes. I see she's over the trembling now, although a new symptom seems to have appeared. Anyway, I should focus on the victim's body. Let's see. There's blood on the back of Mr. Hicks' head. Could this be the cause of death? Appears to have been struck very hard. Even his glasses are broken. Oh, that's new information. Money is strewn all over the floor of the elevator. I would guess it was all in Mr. Hicks' wallet at some point. Anything else? What or who is this? This is a bronze statue of the founder of GoU Airlines, Mr. Hugo Hughes. the mascot was named after the founder? Or is the mascot the founder's persona? The one on the left is when he was in his 40s, and the other is him in his 80s? Are you serious? This man aged very poorly for 40 years. And then, honestly, I guess he aged pretty well. Let's be honest at that point. Did the man age at all over those 4 decades? Maybe I need to squint more. There are a few copies of Sky Magazine in the magazine rack. This month's special is an English trivia quiz. That's not a bad idea. I've heard that the youth of today don't know a particle from a participle. God. Now, please don't go around confusing people with made-up words, Mr. Edgeworth. Who's ever heard such a silly word as a participle? Gugh. Case in point. All time show corresponding to the departure time zone. I don't see said quiz. Ugh. Pretty good for 62. These bottles and glasses must have broken by the turbine. There is quite a bit of broken glass here. Please do be careful when passing through the area. Thank you very much for the warning, Mr. Edgeworth. However, no matter how kind you are towards me, know that it does not clear up any suspicions I have about you. I wasn't warning you for the sake of clearing my name. Alright, oh, piano. This grand piano is the pride of this plane. It can play the music of whatever CD we insert into its CD drive. Are you serious? You have a giant... I'm sorry. Okay, this is an airplane. Big, flying through the air, does have some weight restrictions, and you put a giant piano on it that looks functional, fully functional as a piano, but it's effectively a CD player? Ooh, hell yeah. Get that charcuterie board. Yeah. The piano does explain why there's only space for 6 passengers. To be fair, there's also an economy and business class that we are just not at all gonna see. So there are more passengers, but that does explain why there's only 6 in first class, I suppose. It's not a piano, it's more like an overgrown music box. Ah, but it's keys to press along with music as well. As though there really is someone playing it. Some people have entirely too much money wasted on overly complex toys. Yeah, Edgeworth, I don't think you can talk, but alright. Can I not look at the trash can? That looks vaguely suspicious, but... It looks like there's still something to examine in here? Oh, the shoes. There's no grape juice residue on the soles of his shoes, making it highly unlikely that Mr. Hicks entered this elevator after the turbulence. Is there still something more to... Wait a second, no? Ooh! There's something sticking out of his pocket. Pre-haunted piano? Fair. Looks like I was taken inside a building somewhere. Wait. No, sorry. I have to actually look at that picture a little bit more. I'm sorry. So that's the picture. That's the picture this guy has. You know what? I was gonna make some comment about the face he's making, but like honestly, you know what? I'm not gonna say he should smile more. I think that's actually not something I need to say, you know? Yeah. I mean, granted. Partially because, I mean, you know, maybe estrogen would fix her. I just... Alright, deduce. I need to deduce. Oh, do I need to do the deducing here? Oh, no, I have to... Yeah, this probably came out of his wallet, right? No, that's not... Okay, that's not how that works, okay.
Eureka!
Mr. Hick's machine is nowhere to be found. His machine? Ahem, his cell phone, Miss Tenero. Ah, so I guess because it's not here. Yes, I think we can safely deduce the killer took it. Missing cell phone data jotted down in my organizer. Victim supposedly had one, but it has gone missing. Did the killer take it? I can also put things together. Glasses, spilled grape juice. Where was the killer? Elevator, murder weapon, Captain Ugo, blunt force trauma. A statue with blood on it lying next to the body of a man who was beaten to death. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, I think I figured something out. Yes. What is it? The way the blood is on this, it looks like it matches up with the wound on his head. Aren't we deserving of the Master of the Obvious title? Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? Don't you think that's worth investigating? It would appear that this figurine is our murder weapon. Oh, I just knew it. I mean, I can't think of any other connection. Perhaps Master of the Oblivious would be more befitting? Captain Ugo Piggybank? Data jotted down in my organizer, yep. Alright. Oh, that should work. Can't see a clear connection between these two pieces of information. Damn. Sure. True, there wasn't anyone else in the lounge other than myself right before the turbulence. But if the killer was in the elevator along with the victim, then that's a different story. Well, I can prove that the killer rode the elevator. And now we're... okay. I have it. I'm sorry, but I don't understand, Mr. Edgeworth. I can prove that someone other than myself was here around the time of the murder. What? Really? Yes, it's rather simple, actually. The proof is in the pudding, or rather the grape juice in this case. These footsteps here confess to me this very fact. Someone exited the elevator alive. Seeing as how the victim is dead, that would mean a second person. But couldn't the footprints be from Mr. Hicks himself? Ah, but if you take a look at our victim's shoes, you can see the soles are spotless. Which means Mr. Hicks wasn't alone in the elevator. In fact, it's quite the opposite. There was actually one other person inside the elevator. Grape juice, footprints, data jotted down in my organizer. Yep. Yay! What's going on over here? Unforgivable. This is unforgivable. Is it just... Do you understand what I'm saying? The movie is late. It is the same level of bad as if the plane arrived late. But the movie... What? I will not talk to you anymore. You are just wasting my time. Why is her uniform shorter than the other flight attendants? I mean, shouldn't... Fine. You know? I'm not... Yeah. There is no emergency. Please return to your seats, sir. Do not tell me what to do. I need not to sit down. Well, Miss Prosecutor, do you prove you are innocent yet? If you would like, I'll prove my innocence to you right now. What nonsense! Are you saying my eyewitness testimony is mistaken? Not mistaken, merely that there is room for doubt. I'd be most honored if you could please tell me what you saw in detail once more. Fine, suit yourself. I have a question. A general sense question, because obviously y'all don't know, and the game's not going to tell me anytime soon. But, is a staff keycard needed to enter the cargo hold? Or just, or to be used the elevator from the cargo, like, at all related to the cargo hold? Because honestly, if it's just needed to enter, then I mean, someone could have come out of the cargo hold into the elevator, in theory. Fine, suit yourself. Oh, what I saw. I'm certain I saw Mr. X enter that elevator. It was when the needles on my pocket watch pointed at the 6 and the 12. That's 6:12, not 6... Sorry. No, that's 6 o'clock. I don't... Everyone ignore that. Body was discovered 15 minutes after that in the lounge, yes? They knew the only person in the lounge at the time must be the criminal. Mr. LeBlanc's conclusions seem to make logical sense. Yeah, but she did say that the elevator goes to the cargo hold. It just needs a staff badge or staff key card. But she didn't specify if someone could come out of the cargo hold without using without needing to scan the staff card. Because that's the reason why the cargo hold and economy business were ruled out, because no staff card was logged at the time of the murder. No staff card, no key card was logged being used to traverse those areas at the time. Yeah. No. Yeah. What I'm saying is, it's not that the key card, because it's not that the victim went to the cargo hold, it's that the killer entered the elevator from the cargo hold floor. You see, the victim entered the elevator, then the elevator was pulled to the cargo hold where the killer, a staff member, entered the elevator, killed the victim, and then got out somehow, you know? Yeah. But what I'm saying is that would you need the key card to leave the cargo hold or just to enter the cargo hold? Because if you only need it to enter the cargo hold, then you could leave it without logging, you know? It makes sense, but yeah, you're right. We won't know if it makes dollars until the end of the case. Girl, the only person in the lounge. So, my witness testimony. If you think you can destroy it, then come, let me see. Hurry. Do it like a man who's having the time to wait for you. Huh. Do I look like the... why is he so irritated? I'm the one accused of murder here. Anyway, I must find a way to discredit Mr. LeBlanc's account somehow and fast. I am certain I saw Mr. Hicks enter that elevator. Okay,
Hold it!
That is the most mistaken way of thinking I've ever heard of. No. Your silly opinion is what is mistaken. Please calm down, the both of you. In a sense, you are both mistaken. Well, if that isn't the pot calling the kettle black, then I don't know what is. He certainly has a lot of confidence in his testimony. If push comes to shove, I may need to press him for more information. Okay.
Hold it!
Mr. Blanc, were you able to get a good look at the inside of the elevator at that time? Yeah, see, that's what I thought. You knew when to enter but not to leave, you know? So that's what I'm saying, you know, in theory, it's not even necessarily that someone was already in the elevator. They could have just entered the elevator through the cargo hold, you know? Of course I saw who was inside. And you were sure that the victim was in the elevator alone? Yes, the only person inside was that Mr. Hicks man. Yeah. This last outburst is a bit too important to let go.
Hold it!
Was he really alone? Of course, I will bet even 1 cent. Sure. Cheap ante for a cheap testimony. But if that's how you want to play it, I'll happily take your 1 cent. Whereas when the needles on my pocket watch pointed to the 6 and the 12. Okay, yeah. I don't have. Oh, and something being dragged. Huh. I don't actually have. I don't have, like, the little bit of, like the connection I made where I was like, oh, there was someone else in there. I don't have something to present for that. So, yeah, that's the I fucked up wording, isn't it?
Hold it!
I'm just gonna press them all then, I guess. See, the pocket watch in this case is the one you keep checking, is that correct? Oh, you noticed. It is a very expensive antique, I will have you know. Feeling is wonderful when I fully wind it up by hand. It does look very well designed and quite classy. I'll have to charge you if you want to touch it. It's quite alright. Let's continue with your testimony. What a cheap man you are. Now return the time you wasted back to me. And if we must, I saw Mr. Hicks under the elevator at 6 o'clock.
Hold it!
It's true that I found the victim's body at 6:15, and that's when I found the two of them as well. You see, this all matches my testimony. Okay, cool. That was the right route. Okay. Mr. LeBlanc, what is it? There is a very glaring contradiction in your testimony. What do you mean? Please take a look at the area in front of the elevator. There, at this spilled grape juice. Yes, and? Getting ready for improv. Will you admit you just spilled it with the Blood? No, it spilled itself during the turbulence. But the interesting thing here is a set of grape juice footprints. Footprints? Yes, the ones that lead from within the elevator out into the lounge itself. It's evidence that proves that someone other than Mr. Hicks exited the elevator alive. Oof! There must have been another person in the elevator with Mr. Hicks. Now then, I'm done playing games. Why don't you tell us the truth? Can you please translate for us? Girl. No way, that's totally impossible, I guess is what he said? No way, that is totally impossible. I know there was no other person in there, I saw with my own eyes. You want to know what I think, Mr. Edgeworth? I don't think Mr. LeBlanc is lying to us. I suppose she's right, he doesn't seem to be lying. But then what does it mean? What about this contradiction? Mr. LeBlanc, please, just once more, will you recall the details of what you witnessed for me? What I saw, part 2. I was very upset when Mr. Hicks passed by my seat. I was always checking the time over and over again. I happened to follow that man with my eyes when he passed me. And I saw clearly into the elevator he was entering. She's also holding like a teddy bear. I think she's just napping on the job also. Like, I think it's less of a partially drugged and more of a just woke up from a nap that she should not have been taking. Also, she's got that whole top front open and her skirt's hiked up way higher than is absolutely going to be regulation. Yeah, whatever. But I swear there was no one else inside. No one. Yeah, half asleep, I think. I don't know. She's probably the murderer. It's all a cover. She's gonna have a confession break moment where she just, you know, snaps and becomes like evil or something. Mr. LeBlanc, if you would please calm down. What dare you two? Dare you two have an issue with my eyewitness testimony? No, not at all. Please forget I said anything. Yet again, he doesn't appear to be lying. But I can't let this testimony stand as the truth. What I saw, part 2.
Hold it!
So, you still upset now? I'm always upset. The only time I'm not is when I have a piece of art in my hands. It's surprisingly easy to believe that about him. Yeah. But I was even more upset when Mr. Hicks walked by me. I was always checking it. Okay.
Hold it!
Why do you insist that you are absolutely not mistaken? Because when I say I'm not wrong, I am not wrong. Mr. LeBlanc, if I may, I think beyond misconceptions and mistakes lie the truth. I find that suspicious he mirrors something I told her only a little while ago. Mr. LeBlanc doesn't seem to be lying. I may need to draw some more information out of him before I see anything inconsistent. You're upset Mr. Hicks passed by my seat.
Hold it!
Since you only happened to see him, it's possible that you missed something in that glance. Even if I only happened, I did not miss a thing. And how can you be so sure? Just because. I would appreciate it if you didn't take my life so lightly with a simple just because. Well, then I was only making a joke. I saw Mr. Hicks, right?
Hold it!
Is it possible that someone was hiding inside? What? You dare insult me? I have belief in my eyesight. When I look for art to sell, I am told often I have great sight for the arts. I think the phrase you were looking for was great sense, though that's debatable. But isn't it possible someone was just outside of your line of sight? You are persistent. tell you. I looked clearly. But I swear there was no one else inside. No one. Meh, that's the only one I'm impressed. Why are you so attentive to the time? Because something unforgivable was happening. Come to think of it, you were yelling about something unforgivable earlier. I was giving a complaint to the attendant about the movie starting time. Turn back to me my time and money. You understand the point? Movie? Is he talking about the in-flight one that's mentioned in the magazine? Summary the plot and start time. Interesting. We should have started at 6. License to Love. Laugh, maim, and... murder? Genre, suspense, hard-boiled, action. Runtime, 120 minutes. Fair. Okay, so the movie was supposed to start at 6. I get that. But, wait. All times shown correspond to our departure time zone? Okay, yeah. So, have we gone through a time zone yet? Oh, whatever. Yeah. And murder. They're supposed to show License to Love, Laugh, Maim, and Murder. I cannot see that movie in my country. You can only see it on international flights. Only on international flights? Why only on international flights? Like, is it so high rated? Is it like... Is it such a violent movie that it's not legal in any actual country? And so like some sort of like maritime laws thing or whatever? Okay, so welcome I8 peeps. Thank you. I was staring at that name earlier going, I have no clue. What is even in this movie? Good jeez. But yeah, what's Ibuki mean? Yeah, hiccups. So like, is Ibuki mean hiccups or something? Oh, but yeah. Hiccups means hiccup. Oh, Ibuki. So something hiccup. Yeah. Forward greatly to that movie. I checked my pocket watch whenever possible so I would not miss it. I even set my pocket watch to the destination time when I came out. Departure time. It's the departure time, not the arrival time. How many time zones away are we from the destination? It is a... Jesus. How long a flight is this? That's... So each block is 4 hours. Well, actually, let's see. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12. This is a 24-hour flight. Where are they flying to and from that this flight is 24 hours long? Or like just under. Genre, yeah, suspense, hard-boiled action. I don't, yeah. Also, yeah, it's 120, I mean, 2-hour movie. Exactly 2 hours is a little bit odd, but yeah, 2-hour movie, that's fine. But like, I'm realizing that this flight's supposed to last 24 hours. That's insane. That's insane. Is this like some sort of like... How do they have enough jet fuel for 24 hours of flight? Yeah, no, this flight did stop making sense. This multi-floor airplane with a elevator in it. This is some rich people nonsense. So my watch is not wrong. It matched the schedule. The movie was still late, very, very late.
Hold it!
Your pocket watch? I'd like to ask you a little more about it, if that's all right. Yeah. So let's check my watch.
Objection!
Mr. LeBlanc, you said this just now in your testimony. I even set my pocket watch to destination time when I came on board. Now, if your watch has been set to our destination's time zone, it would mean that your watch is displaying the time of our destination. Yes, and the correct time is worth its 6 cents. Ooh, 6 times what he's willing to bet. Time's very valuable to him. 20 hours. 20 hours is seriously... Okay. Well, alright, so... What if the flight itself is 20 hours? But again, since these are rich people, they actually have in-flight entertainment scheduled, and food and drinks and such, scheduled for the cumulative almost 4 hours you're sitting in the plane on the tarmac before and after the flight. What if that's the case? What if, Morg, is that, do you think, does that seem more plausible? Because you saying that the longest non-stop commercial flight is 20 hours is much longer than I thought it would be, you know? Yeah. Well, I guess not much longer, but still longer, you know? I would like you to take a look at this. Yeah. If you believe the Sky Magazine, clocks on this flight run in accordance with the time of our departure time zone. Of course, the movie schedule was also created with that in mind. The question is, do you think it's theoretical that the rich people's drinks, food, and movie scheduling was also factors in the time that the plane is on the tarmac at the destination and before it leaves? So like it's a 20-hour flight, but then there's like almost 4 hours cumulative before and after the actual flying time. Do you think that factors in? Do you think that makes it more plausible and believable-ish? Mr. De Niro, for confirmation's sake, what time zone is this flight aligned to right now? Well, we made a short stop at a transfer point. Oh, okay, so the... What do you mean we made a short stop at a transfer point? So this isn't a non-stop flight? So you're telling me that this airplane went from one place to another place, and then is going to a third place without actually stopping? Well, apparently there is a fuel stop. Apparently there is a fuel stop. But she's talking about the fuel stop in the middle, so like I guess the fuel stop must have been like about 6 hours in the flight, I guess. Why would they make a fuel stop at that point? Why would the fuel stop not be after the movie? You know? I think I think a fuel stop after the movie while people are still eating their meals about halfway, you know, that would make more sense. You know? But no. Alright. Sure. Well, we made a short stop at a transfer point. That's right. It was in that small Asian country, the Republic of Zhengfa. I don't know how to read. But we didn't readjust our onboard clocks at that time. So right now we are still running on Borginian time. What? The time difference between Borginia and our destination is 9 hours. In that case, it's only natural that your watch will be out of sync with the schedule. What? What was with that? Further, with your analog watch set to our destination's time, it would appear to be running 3 hours fast when compared to the flight's onboard clocks. So, our 15-minute murder window just turned into a 3-hour murder window. And this man didn't realize that... This man didn't realize that the murder happened. Okay. Also changes everything about your testimony. And you can bet 1,000,000 cents on that. In light of this information, it means you saw Mr. X 3 hours prior at 3 a.m. Why was... Okay. My 1,000,000 cents! Okay. Wild. But also, I'm realizing... AM? I think I missed the AM part every time we were talking about the time. Why was License to Love, Laugh, Maim, and Murder playing at 6 a.m.? Why would you play your movie at 6 a.m.? Peeps, I think you're right to just say that none of this makes sense and just start moving on. Honestly, this is the worst. This is the worst. I think this is the worst Phoenix Wright series has ever been when it comes to this logic shit. I'm done trying to analyze this flight itinerary. We are moving on. We've spent enough time. We should clear up all the remaining accusations. So this basically widens the time frame for the time of death, right? Yes, because Mr. LeBlanc saw the victim enter the elevator at 3 a.m. It means that the time of death would be anywhere from 3 to 6:15 a.m. The question now is where was Mr. Hicks during that span of time, and what was he doing? I've got something to say. And you are? Yeah, oh... I'm Cammy Melly. I'm a flight attendant. Chamomile. Why is she named after tea? Or I guess maybe it's a flower, right? Chamomile's a flower that's used to make the tea, right? Or is it? It's a plant of some kind. I'm pretty sure. I mean, it's tea. It's got to be a plant. I can see her nipple. Okay. And what is it you wish to say? Well, I think your story is a little different from how I remember it. What do you mean, Cammy? I saw Mr. Hicks sitting in a seat at 5 a.m., you know? What? How can you be so sure of that time? Oh, that's right. He pushed his call button while we were parked at the transfer point. Okay, so around 5 a.m. was the train. Okay, yeah. Message from Captain Hugo. This flight will be making a brief stop to refuel and transfer cargo in the Republic of Santa Fe between 4 and 5 a.m. We ask that all passengers remain on board at that time. Thank you for your cooperation. Yeah, I don't. She is just completely not in uniform at this point. Like, I don't think anything she's wearing counts as being in uniform. But, like, whatever. Sure. Superb class juice. Yeah. Yeah. Superb class juice. Absolutely. Yeah, so it's from 4 to 5 a.m. according to our clocks. And during that time, did any of the passengers leave, or did any new ones board this flight? No. Not a single person got off or on in Zhengfa. What about the flight crew? The few who were handling the cargo transfer might have temporarily gotten on or off, but eventually everyone, including Cammy and myself, came back on the plane. So basically, I can assume that no one left or got on since our initial takeoff. Interesting, I should keep that in mind. Refueling and Zhengfa data jotted down in my organizer. Yeah, and I answered his call. I can tell you Mr. Acme Hicks was there in his seat when we took off again at 5 a.m. Oh, you know what? You're right. Maybe this is a more rich person nonsense and she is a flight attendant. Wink. Like, for legal purposes, she's a flight attendant, but we all know why she's actually here. Alright, then that puts the time of the murder between 5 and 6:15 a.m. That also explains why she's really not doing anything much, I guess. You know? Also, girl, that is some very long hair. Like, respect, but also, like, damn. Okay, now what time did you come down to the lounge, Mr. Edgeworth? I remember coming down here almost as soon as we left the Republic of Zhangfei. Ah! You were here the whole time, from 5, yes? Then you're the only one who could be the killer. Mr. Edgeworth, were you really here in this lounge the entire time from 5 a.m. onwards? Unfortunately, yes. But then how do you explain the footprints? Is that not obvious? Fair. I mean, longer hair is possible. I've seen people with longer hair. I mean, I've not seen many people with hair that long. Our hair also just very voluminous, you know? Is that not obvious? This man waited for Mr. Hicks here in this lounge, waiting to kill him. And then he put the corpse into the elevator. This is what that is when the turbulence happened. My eyewitness testimony may have been mistaken, but what time I saw Mr. Hicks enter the elevator on the 2nd floor does not matter, because the entire incident concluded here in this lounge. Everything happened in this lounge. Well, okay, so since it's just over a 3-hour window now, give me a minute. Do I have... How do I... Damn, this game does not have... Oh, history, there it is. Okay, so let's say Mealy, let's say, yeah, no, hers definitely not. Let's say let's say she is the murderer. Because let's be honest, I mean, he's too obvious as a murderer. It wasn't Taniro. We got no other suspects. Let's say that she is the killer. And she's saying that she is confirming that he was alive at 5 a.m. Let's say that's a lie. Let's say we do have a 3-hour window when this man was killed. He was killed in the cargo hold, hidden for a little while, and then she shoved him into the elevator around 5 a.m. ish, maybe a little bit later, and then his body was found just after 6. That's what happened, I think. Everything happened in this lounge. Is that what you really believe, Mr. LeBlanc? What? Do you have another idea? I simply feel that there is something out of place in the scenario you presented. Is there something that can tie this crime to a location other than this lounge? Do I have that? Do I have that evidence? Uh? Okay, so none of this.
Take that!
More weapon. This little piggy bank is sold at the in-flight shop. It is sold there and only there, and is not displayed here in this lounge. How then did it find its way here? Don't you find that a tiny bit suspicious? Such a trivial point. Only means you're prepared at only means you're prepared at taking it from the shop first before coming here. Doesn't prove you are innocent at all. Is there no way to win with this man? If I may. What is it? You see, well, it's just as Mr. Edgeworth says. Oh, and why do you know this so well? Yeah, nah. Suffer. No, thank you for the congrats. I know you're not far behind. Hey, remember everyone, anyone who's watching, you know, if you haven't already followed Natalie, you should go and follow it. Yeah. Yeah, go to her house also. Well, it's just that Piggy Wink was there in the shop. I saw it with my own eyes. And when was this? But yeah. 100 also. Honestly, I kind of wanted to do something special for 100 followers, but like it all snuck up while like I wasn't able to really like plan anything while I was moving, and it happened like right after I got here, so like I was like, I don't got time to really throw something together. So you know, yeah, hey, if someone has a suggestion for something for me to do for 100 followers, shout it out, join the Discord, post it in there. I'll take a look. It'll be a little delayed because, you know, I already hit it, but hey, it is nice. Thank you, everyone. Because yeah, 100 followers. But yeah, also go and give a follow to Nixie Cat. And when was this? It was maybe around 5:40 a.m. Honestly, I think I lost. Well, it's just that piggy bank was there in the shop. So okay, yeah. Isn't that just before we hit that patch of turbulence? That's right. You were in the shop just before the turbulence. Yes, I was. Come to think of it, Miss Tenier, when I found the body, I believe you came out of that door. Yes, I did. And what is beyond that door? That's the flight attendant's room. Then you were on the first floor? Yes. I had to do something at the shop and in the flight attendant's room. So I went to the shop first and then to the flight attendant's room. Are you saying you passed by me at some point? Yes, you seemed really into the issue of Sky Magazine you were reading at the time. Why was Edgeworth so into the... Okay. I don't suppose you noticed me walking by. I vaguely recall someone walking by, but I didn't take notice of who it was. Anyway, Piggy Bank was definitely there at the shop when I went there. Why did you go to the shop in the first place? I went there for a work-related matter. Work, you say? Yes, the upkeep of the shop is also one of my responsibilities. This flight has 2 flight attendants, one of which I don't think shares the same responsibilities as her, and she has to run the shop at the same time? Oh. Why did you not say something about that until now is what I want to know. In any case, I believe it's clear that the shop needs to be investigated as well. Shall we head over there then? Oh, shall we head over there then? What is it now? Aren't you forgetting something, Miss Rada? Don't you need the captain's permission to check the shop? No, I haven't forgotten. But I've already asked him for permission to search the entire plane. So I think we're alright. Huh? That's weird. What is? Well, I just talked to the captain, see? And he said he didn't give you permission to do anything like that at all. What is the meaning of this, Miss Tenero? Seems she's lying. Go on, admit that you are. So you have permission to search all over, but you don't, and yet, here you are. You flight attendant, what are you trying to do? Pull the sheep over us? Captain's calling for you, Miss Rada. Oh, but don't worry. I already got permission. To shop from the captain. See, like you, I do things the right way. Miss Tenero, why would you do such a thing? Please excuse me. Looks like I get to be in charge now. Please go back to your seat, Mr. LeBlanc. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth. If you would follow me, I'll be your guide from now on. Something about Miss Tenero that has piqued my curiosity, but right now investigating the in-flight shop is my top priority. Alright. Yes, see, she's like half asleep. That's her nodding off right there, yeah. Cool. March 12th, 8:32 a.m., flight G390, first floor, in-flight shop. So this is the in-flight shop. It's quite a mess in here. Okay, so this sort of stuffed bears are from the store. Why is there a sale flyer taped over a window? I feel like that's a horrible place to put a sale flyer. Also, again, we are figuring out why they only have 6 seats in first class, because all that weight allowance is going to this heavy-ass furniture. Like, look at that. Look at that case. That is like several people. It's quite a mess in here. You think? Guess I'll have to clean this up then. Hold on, you can't clean up a potential crime scene. Oh, thank goodness. I hate cleaning so much. I mustn't rush things here. I must remain cool, calm, and collected. Because this piggy bank was left at the crime scene. Honestly, the way he started saying about because this piggy bank, I felt like he was about to do like some snappy one-liner, like because this piggy bank is all out of cash. I don't like. It wouldn't have made sense, that exact one. But you know, I don't know. Because, let's see. There was a very good chance that the killer had paid this place a visit. Yep. Sub-toys, just like the one Miss Melee is holding, are on display here. They're relatively cheap, which explains why they're displayed so haphazardly. How about it, Mr. Edgeworth? You know you want one too. They're great for when you're stressed. Why do I envision stuffed animals abuse when she says that? Ooh. Glass from this display case door shattered all over the floor, and it looks like there's nothing on display inside either. Huh. What actually... Wait, actually, I think there is something. What's this? A mini captain's hat? The statue had a captain's hat. There's a wide selection of souvenirs for sale in these display cases. You know what I'd suggest? Sorry, but I have no intention of buying souvenirs on this trip. Okay. How about you buy something for me then? As a present. I can't think of a single reason why I'd want to buy you anything. But I've had my eye on that pendant for such a long time. Try paying some attention to me when I ask you something, and then we'll talk. What are these? Oh, those are our company's completely original line of suitcases. Those suitcases are massive. That's like... Is first class allowed to have suitcases that big? Is that like something I'm not aware of? Rich people nonsense. That's what I'm gonna chalk it up to again. They're practically flying out the doors. That's how popular they are. You should buy one and see how you like it. You won't regret it. They're huge. Perhaps that's how things work on this flight, but in the real world you try, then buy. No way! Either way, it doesn't really matter. True, either way, why would anyone buy a suitcase after they've boarded the plane? Fair point on that also. Anyway, see that? And just look at all the Captain Ugo heads painted on there. Cute company mascot, isn't he? Painted on with a lot of care. Doesn't he look like he's about to jump out at you? It is certainly making something jump inside my stomach. Huh? I guess there's no fooling your refined tastes. You looked like you really wanted to get one. I thought I was gonna finally make my first sale, but you saw right through it. Glad that's done though. Never make me try to give you a sales pitch ever again, okay? Okay, yeah. But I never showed any interest in it to begin with. It really is pretty horrible, isn't it? You wanna know something? That suitcase was designed by Miss Rada. Oh, honey. She's underpaid if she's also doing design work. No way is she being paid enough as a flight attendant, a shopkeeper, and a merchandise designer. But that does also explain why it's so oversized, you know? Like, it's because they got a flight attendant to design them. Wait, no. No, a flight attendant would know better. I was thinking, I was talking because she's not a merchandise designer. Like, she's, that's not, you know, her job. But she's a flight attendant. She should know that that's too big. Like, alright. Anyone else? Miss Tenero designed this? Yeah. It was a company-wide contest. Huh. Well, it does have a very sharp design sense. Does it? Does it? Sharp. Like stinky sharp cheese, maybe. I really have no idea why the big wigs decided to go with it, so bleh. Miss Nero designed this, did she? It's definitely not what I would have expected. Ah! More turbulence, I guess? You okay? I'm fine. Please watch yourself, Miss Mealy. Letting a suitcase freely roll around has got to be a safety violation. I mean, there are blocks for the other one. Here, I'll put it back. Why are the blocks missing on that one? Inside the display case is a row of lifesavers and life vests for sale. They sell a lot of these when there's some kind of accident or something. But some people buy them even when nothing's going on. Wait. Oh my god. Is there no free safety gear on this flight? Do you have to, do you have... If there is an if the plane is going down, do they have to jump out of their seats, go to the gift shop, and buy a life vest? This is a future level of capitalism I didn't actually contemplate, but oh god, that's where we're heading, isn't it? Yeah, I don't think that's legal, but you said anything about? How about it, Mr. Edgeworth? Care to buy one? I sense that this shop is one shopper away from being sued. I think the airline is gonna be sued. I guess talk to her now. Oh, wait, there. Beautiful flowers in a beautiful arrangement. I feel cleansed just by looking at them. Well, you're kind of stepping on a few of them, you know, Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, excuse me. Well, yeah, well, why are there flowers outside the... Oh, okay. Let's do some logic. Connect. That probably used to be on the piggy bank's head. Let's give it a go and see. I believe this piggy bank was forcibly removed from this display case. Does this mean that the killer broke the glass to get at it? Captain Hugo, piggy bank data updated my organizer. Really? Don't tell me you don't know what things go where. Don't know what things go where in this shop? Well, I don't. Miss Rada's in charge of this place. So come on now. How should I know anything? I sense that further inspection of this display case is needed. Further inspection? Okay. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Okay, well, let's just, glass in this door is broken. Perhaps it was the killer who broke it in order to take the piggy bank. But it's a bit odd that the inside of the case is so devoid of glass shards. Plus, the glass broke rather cleanly. Ah, what is it? I touched the glass and it cut my finger. It hurts, Mr. Edgeworth, it hurts. Please tell me you can deal with such a minor cut on your own. Go You Airlines related book line this book related books line the shelf. How many? All right. Yeah. Well, I do think she's playing it. I think she's the murderer. So I do think she's acting a little bit. So I do think she does have brain cells. Though she was hired to be eye candy. Like, absolutely. I don't think that. I think that the act extends to her in, like, this is the act that she's been doing the entire time she's worked here, so she doesn't have to work, you know? She gets a paycheck, she just for just looking pretty, she has brain cells, and she's using them to get an easy paycheck. Honestly, girl, I'm not upset with this. You scam this company for every cent they're worth, you know? But I think you did do a murder, so... I mean... I still support her wrongs, but, like, unfortunately, the game is gonna make me catch you. History of Go You Airlines, the future of Go You Airlines. The 7 wonders of Go You. Fight on, Go You Airlines. Working name, You Go Airlines. You Go You. The titles make it very clear that they won't be making the top sellers list anytime soon. Is this the same man as the one portrayed by the statues around the elevator? Oh. Yeah, that's the paperweight of the founder of Go You Airlines, Mr. Hugo Hughes? Hughes? Yeah. On the bottom shelf, we have the cute one. The middle shelf is the realistic one. And on the top shelf, that's the floral version. What do you mean, the floral version? Floral? Are you sure about that? Let me guess. You just said the first thing that came to your mind, right? Looks like hit the bullseye. There. Oh. For security, there's a lock on the display case. Miss Melanie, if I may ask you about this lock. The one who's in charge of the shop is Miss Rada, so she's got the keys to all the display cases. I see. Oh, I bet you want to buy something. Do you want me to go get the key from her? No, that's all right. All right, let's do some logic. No, let's do some... I don't have any other, yeah.
Eureka!
That's right, yeah. There's definitely something very unusual about this. About what? If the killer had broken the glass to get to the Captain Hugo Bank, there should be shards of glass inside the case itself. Oh, I see. Yeah, I guess it'd be like that. However, there's not a single piece of glass inside the display case. Nope. No, there isn't. Which means the glass is broken from the inside out. Okay, so wait. She wasn't the murderer, then? Or she stole the key? Well, So it was either the other flight attendant, and we have to rationalize the seat check at 5 a.m. somehow, or she stole the key. Yeah, that's for sure. There's so much glass all over the floor. I'm gonna bet that this hat was knocked off its head at that time, too. Eh? That's it. Oh, no, maybe turbulence hit and it, like, the piggy bank came crashing out of the door? I don't know. That's nice. This leads me to believe that the killer took the Captain Hugo Bank from here after the turbulence. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Captain Hugo piggy bank data updated in my organizer. Yeah, see? She asleep. She asleep. Take your power naps on your own time, Miss Mealy. And listen when I'm talking. What? But the murder occurred before the turbulence, which rules this piggy bank out as the murder weapon. So you mean the piggy bank's not the real murder weapon? It's a fake? Yes, at this point, that is a very real possibility. But then, what if when the killer went to take Captain Ugo, they broke glass by accident? I don't know. The display case is locked. That's highly unlikely. Yeah, but there's one person who could've. Oh, and who would that be? Miss Rada, of course. I mean, she's the one in charge of this place, so she has the keys to everything. Miss Rada Tenero, huh? I still haven't figured out her pun name either. Road Rhoda Tenere. Yeah, I'm gonna try it. Oh, Rhoda Tenero, or Teniro, Teniro, you know, Rhoda, Rada. Sometimes you gotta pronounce these names very specifically. Hey, Angel. Yeah, I'm alive again. I moved. So I'm here. Technically, I'm in a different location, and I still need to put stuff up back here because I don't like the just plain wall. Also, I've got more space behind me now, so I don't know. You know, I can fit something back here. I just haven't figured out what. The move, it went all right. I made it safe. I just need to. I'm mostly settled in, you know. Yeah. But yeah. What? Here, I don't know. Rodaten? Fair. Living, I mean, it's not like I've moved around a whole bunch. You know. Oh, yeah. Chamomile. Chamomile tea or something, you know, but yeah. But yeah, Rodent, maybe? Maybe she, I don't know. Tenero. All right, let's logic this shit. I don't got a lot to do, so this has got to work. Yeah. Yes, there's definitely something wrong here. What? What's with the sun yelling? Tell me, Miss Mealy, don't you think there's something strange about these suitcases? Oh, well, sure. They totally ooze strange, like the color and the such. It's not what I'm talking about. Now pay attention. No, you're scaring me, Mr. Edgeworth. Sorry. These suitcases are lined up a bit too prim and proper. Yeah, they look a bit uptight, don't they? But I guess they take after their creator. Girl. Women support women, alright? Again, that's not what I meant, Miss Mealy. Don't you find it unusual that these cases are the only thing undisturbed by the turbulence? Never mind, I'd sooner find an answer by inspecting these suitcases myself. Yeah. But yeah, honestly, I mean, you know, living in 2 places is not bad. I mean, you know, yeah, once you move out, yeah. Yeah. On closest inspections, they really are hideous. I wonder how Miss Rada would have reacted if she'd heard what you just said. Honestly, yeah, moving is scary. What's wrong? She makes a good point. It would be wise of me to watch what I say out loud. What's this? That's possibly not quite right. What is so unusual about this suitcase?
Take that!
Something very peculiar about these wheels, huh? As in, there are no stoppers in place on these. Without stoppers, one would think that the turbulence would have sent it flying. And sigh. And so it is very likely that this suitcase was placed here after we hit that turbulence. Take a closer look at it, shall we? Enhance. Enhance. Aha! What's this? The wheel is completely covered in something. Its color and the scent. It appears the substance in question is grape juice. But why would there be juice on the wheel of a suitcase? It would appear to be unlocked. Let's take a look at what's inside. Oh, that's blood. Piece of cloth, and it's soaked with blood. It's blood. It appears that the suitcase is very strongly tied to a murder after all. But yeah, Angel, I know moving is scary, but also, if it's something you want to do, you know, you save up, you make as many, you make it as safe as you can. You know, put up as many safety nets as possible is what I mean. You know, have some savings. You know, maybe visit the area you want to move to first, or know people in the area, and then you move. And yeah, it's scary and it's hard. You'll eventually get used to it. You'll get everything just the way you want it, you know? But then also, if you don't want to move, if you genuinely like where you're living and it is safe for you there, then don't worry about only having lived in 2 places, you know? Orion. Yeah, honestly, her name is a little obtuse, but like there's gotta be something in there. Yeah. Investigation complete. Yay! So, explain this to me. What does the suitcase have to do with the murder? There's blood in it. I believe it's pretty safe to say that the killer used the suitcase in some manner to transport the body. Tanira Rada. Taniro Rhoda. The narrow road. Narrow-minded. Taniro Rhoda. The narrow road. Yep. There it is. I did think her name was like road related, but it's always hard because you have to like flip names around, you know? I mean, she's also a little, remember she was very focused, very like dead set, on her ideal of what happened. Like when she saw Edgeworth in the body, she was like, oh, this is the murderer. And it took her a while for us to change her mind, you know? So, like, that could be what her name was implying. That she was very, she decided what was real very quickly, and then it took a while for us to convince her otherwise, you know? Yeah. I believe it's pretty safe to say the killer used the suitcase to transport the body. Such as to move something, perhaps? Transport the body. But aren't you just talking about the cloth, then? That alone is too small. A larger item would be needed to move what I'm thinking of. The thing I believe the killer used the suitcase to transport is... I was about to present this, and I was like, wait, that's specifically the crime scene, so let's present the person, right? Oh, I can't present people. So yeah, then let me just double, yep.
Take that!
Body then. So that would fit inside a suitcase that is also covered in blood. Sounds like a dead body, doesn't it? Go use suitcase data jotted down in my organizer. Bloody cloth data jotted down in my organizer. But, in light of this, I'd say that Mr. Hicks was moved into the elevator from someplace else. Which means the murder was committed in an entirely different location. Killed in the cargo hold, transported to the gift shop, and then transported to the elevator after the turbulence hit. So you're saying that after moving the body into the elevator, the killer brought the suitcase in here and just left it? Exactly. What is it? Nothing, just that... Honestly, I kept, you know, about when it came out because, give me a second. Okay, so Ace Attorney game came out in 2009 in Japan and then 2010 in America. So yeah, 2009, 2010. Yeah. Fair, maybe. Honestly, do you want to keep guessing at it? Because I'm thinking that we've gotten as good as we're gonna get on this one. So I'm just gonna. Let's see what the word is. Let's see. Yeah, no, Morg, you're right. This was the localized version of the name, of course, and both the English and the Japanese name. Sometimes it does. I do know that some of these games, when they're localizing the names, they kind of change what the pun is aiming for. But yeah, no, the narrow road. What exactly that's supposed to mean? That's up to interpretation, I suppose. But I think it's because of how narrow-minded she was at that part, you know. Yeah, and some casual Asian racism wouldn't be too out of place. Honestly, especially because Japan is still racist to other Asian countries all the time. Alright. Nothing, just that. I was thinking about what Miss Rada said about coming here for something. Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth. I wanted to give you a bit more time, but I'm afraid I wasn't able to convince the captain. I'm very sorry, Mr. Edgeworth, but the captain feels that he has allowed you ample time. He says that he'd appreciate it if you could wrap it up here and return to your seat. I understand his sentiments. However, if I'm not allowed to complete my investigation, the crime scene may become contaminated by the time we land. Let's see. If I must stop, then I insist I be allowed to oversee the preservation of the two sites. Under your supervision, of course. If that's the only condition, then I believe we can accommodate your wishes. I'm here to assist you in any way that I can, Mr. Edgeworth. Sounds like fun. We can camp out and watch over everything together. I found proof that the real crime scene was not in the lounge. And I have enough evidence to prove myself to be innocent of any wrongdoing. And yet, regarding what Miss Melee reminded me about Miss Tenero, can't allow my investigation to end here. The truth must come to light. Yay! Oh, yeah. Airport arrival. Okay, it's brought the airport. Nah, I think it's Cammy, not Rada. March 12th, 1 p.m. local time, Hope Springs Airport. So, you know, after we did all that investigating, then we had to sit through another. Let's see, I think they finished investigating around 8 o'clock was the last timestamp I saw. So, I still had to sit through like 13 more hours of flight. Oh my god. And we weren't able to do any investigating in those 13 hours. Nah, I don't think she killed. I don't think she would have gone off the rails. This was a planned murder. You're right. You know, she might have been the high-strung kind to have like snapped and like accidentally killed someone, but like this feels like a planned, premeditated kind of deal. It's got to be Cammy. It's got to be. Then again, I guess another person could. It does have 2 rows of a. Yeah, it does have 2 rows of windows. Yeah, it's a big plane, I guess. I don't know. I know that once we had landed, I'm supposed to let the local police take over. And thanks to Miss Tenero and Miss Melee, I was able to preserve the crime scene, but I just can't shake it. I wasn't able to talk with Miss Tenero in private. So I'm left wondering just what she was up to. Why did she do what she did? There must be a way for me to continue my investigation. I've been expecting you, Miles Edgeworth. Called shot, this is Francisca. Yep. The full name sold it. Francisca, I thought you were still in Germany. I go where I'm needed. And wherever there is criminals to be caught. Her name is Francisca von Karma, the daughter of my mentor Manfred von Karma. She, like myself, is a prosecutor. Are you heading up this case? It'd be a bit of a relief if you are. Don't you try to flatter me, Miles Edgeworth. I'm placing you under arrest. I proved my innocence. Sibling drama, though. You know how it is. What? It's quite frustrating, actually. I had hoped to exact my revenge on you in a different venue. But I'll have to take what I can get. I never thought I'd see the day. When a disciple of the House of Von Karma would become a criminal. Have you no shame? Your father is already a convicted criminal. We've been there, okay, girl? He guilty. Alright? Wait. It has all been a big misunderstanding. I didn't kill the victim. A misunderstanding? I heard all about the murder over the police radio from the captain himself. You waited for the victim on the first floor and then beat him to death. Franziska, do you honestly believe that I killed a man? Siblings. More siblings. Just give, you know. I suppose I should reserve judgment until after I've investigated this for myself. I can put your arrest on hold until then. That's as it should be. I don't need a lecture on how to perform my duties from you of all people. To be perfect in every way, the fulfillment of that creed alone is all I strive for. Well, I have my own creed which I must fulfill, so why don't we solve this together? I have to get going. Crime scene awaits. Don't you dare leave town. Trust me, I had no intention to. Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir. Too slow. Oh. Listen up. I'm leaving you in charge of watching this man. Don't mess up, understand? Mr. Edgeworth, I'm supposed to guard you? Guard him? Simple yes or no, detective. Honestly, I know that forever ago I had like a detective voice for Detective Gumshoe, like a, you know, hard-boiled detective kind of voice, which I knew at the time was even counter to like his characterizing. I just don't think I can do the hard-boiled detective voice right now. You know, it's come and gone. Yes, sir. Understood, sir. Just leave it to me. Miles Edgeworth, if you interfere with my investigation, I'll arrest you on the spot. Are we clear? Now then, if you'll excuse me. Good to see you again, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Boy, am I glad to see you're okay. Thank you, Detective. I believe in you, sir. You can lean on me, I'll get you through this. I have to admit, I'm a bit curious as to what Franziska is up to. Maybe I should ask the good detective. Very well, in that case, I have a few questions for you. He is a little overboiled. Okay, why do you have what looks like a giant oxygen tank on your back? I have to check. Lunchland. Not bad. I guess it's gotten big enough to warrant its own brand shops. Oh, hey, yeah, they were in the first game? Second game? Let's see, the murder. Yeah, that was the end of the first game. Yeah. Which should I go with? I recommend our airport special World Flag lunchboxes, only available for a limited time. We have a variety of lunchboxes made up to look like different countries' flags. I wonder if they're aiming to take Lunchland to the international market. So, how's the initial investigation going? We'd shipped the body off to the coroner's office, and we're taking statements now, sir. That sounds like Franziska. She was always good at quick responses to a case. I'd say she was a little too quick, sir. Oh, how so? I rushed on over as soon as I got word of the affair, sir. But somehow when I got here, Miss Von Karma was already here barking out orders at everyone. It was kind of creepy, so she knew there had been a murder or something. Yeah, apparently she was talking with the captain of the flight. Does she know the captain of the flight personally? What if? And I'd come in advance to await your flight's arrival. Or... Aww. She missed Edgeworth, and she was waiting for him to get back. She was already at the airport waiting for him. Aww. Siblings. That is sort of odd. She did show up rather quickly and out of the blue. Plus, I still don't know why she's here in America. There must be some backstory to all of this. Miss Von Karma just kind of popped up to the prosecutor's office about a week ago, sir. You're right. It's not because she you know, it's not a sibling thing per se. It was a murder sense. My murder sense is tingling. I feel edgy. Oh wait, we gotta embody her. You don't say edgy. That's if Phoenix were here. My murder senses are tingling. I can feel Miles Edgeworth getting into trouble somewhere. Yeah. Something about chasing up. Certain incident. No details. It's kind of top secret, so she can't talk about it, even with me, sir. Knowing her, the only type of talking she likes to do is with her whip. Plus, I doubt the top secret part was what stopped her from talking to you, Detective. Although, I wonder if her case has anything to do with mine. Anyway, that's about all the info I have, sir. We should find out more as we investigate. Yes, it is high time to resume my investigation, starting with talking to the people involved in this case afresh. Alright, so we gotta... I guess we're going back onto the plane. March 12th, 1:37 p.m., flight G390, second floor, first class. So, you must be the captain. Why, yes I am, and who might you be? I am the prodigy prosecutor, Franziska von Karman. I have a question for you. Don't you dare, Captain. Getting friendly with another woman? I'll never forgive you if you do. Oh, what are you talking about? I only have eyes for you, my dear Camille. I wouldn't bet money on our dear Captain to be much of a reputable person. Sure you don't want to ask Captain some questions, sir? Questions, sir? Yeah, wrong voice. So, she murdered someone and he's helping her cover it up. Yeah. Although he might not realize that's what he's doing. She asked him to do something for cover-up reasons, and he did it. But he might not know that's what, you know, but yeah, he helped. He was in the cockpit the entire time. I highly doubt he would know anything of use. Anyway, I like to leave that type of witness to Franziska and her whip. Oh. Ooh, she whipped him. Oof. Someone should really tell her that's illegal. March 12th, 1:40 p.m., flight G390, first floor. Now, see here. Sorry. So I'm so sorry. How long did you intend to hold me? It is impossible for me to be the criminal, I told you. Mr. LeBlanc. Oh, it is you. Tell this man to stop stopping me from going. Time is money. I don't have even 1 second of wasteful time to spend. I don't care. So I can't go beyond here, sir. Plus, the body's been sent off to the medical examiner's office for an autopsy. Okay, well... There we go. Did he finish taking a statement yet? Yep, all done, sir. I do not concern if you're not done examining cargo hold. I want my cargo back. If you make a single scratch on my art, you will pay. Art? What sort of art? Mr. LeBlanc is an art dealer, so he's got a bunch of artwork down in the cargo hold, sir. There's practically a mountain of them, large and small. From folk costumes to stone statues, I sell all kinds of arts. Folk costumes. Speaking of which, Mr. LeBlanc's hat. Are you really gonna... Are you Edgeworth? I don't know if you can say that. Kind of looks like that other piece of cloth. No, you are allowed to say that. Never mind. Yeah. Can I... Mr. Blanc, can you please take a look at this for me? Oh, Oh, it's a Borginian cloth. As I suspected, your hat is made of the same material, I suppose. Yes, of course. This fabric is so famous. Orders come from over the seas for more. Bloody cloth data update, okay. Then this is the cargo you were talking about earlier? No. My cargo this time is much many gigantic. You, detective, when can I have my cargo moved? You can get your cargo back when we're done investigating, pal. The stubbornness of you police is no good. And it is no good that attendant refused to exit the attendant's room too. That attendant? I wonder if he's talking about Miss Tenero. Alright, I don't really have anything else to say on it. Oh, yeah. What do you mean by that attendant, Mr. LeBlanc? She was taken to the attendant's room for her interview. And then they still have to come out? They make no sign of coming out either. I was finished with my own interview much earlier, quicker than her. Why is Miss Tenero's interview the only one that's taking up so much time? Miles Edgeworth, you were given free rein to examine the plane, weren't you? Yes, I was able to obtain the cooperation of the flight attendants. Speaking of attendants, I'd like to speak with Miss Tenero. I wonder if you might grant me permission to enter the flight attendant's room? Before I do, you still have to clear up a few issues surrounding your own circumstances. I understand. You may have tricked those attendants with your sophisticated talking, but you can't pull the wool over my eyes, Miles Edgeworth. Ah, okay. Let's not complicate things and go with the most obvious conclusion. The scene of the crime was here in the very lounge the body was discovered. From the time the victim was seen calling for an attendant until this body was found. The only person in this lounge the entire time was you, Miles Edgeworth. This unmistakably makes you the likeliest suspect. The likeliest suspect, Franziska. Do you have a problem with that? No, but it's not like you to use such vague wording. Usually a bit more absolute. I'm simply trying to watch out for you. Or is my kindness too hard for you to comprehend? Thank you, but your leniency is unnecessary, for I will prove my innocence soon enough. If I want to continue my investigation, I'll have to break her line of logic fast. Fair. I know that someone else came through here. Damn, I don't have any evidence to actually present for it, but she came through. She came through. Fine, okay,
Hold it!
maybe if I press it. Well, it's true that I was in the lounge the whole time. That fact alone does not make me the criminal.
Objection!
Huh. We'll see about that at the conclusion of this investigation. However, there is one thing that even you must admit at this time. Let me press it first, actually. So tell me, Franziska, do you know all there is to know about the crime scene? I know all that I need to know in order to arrest you. And nothing more? Are you saying there is more I need to know? Why did you whip me, sir? Sorry, Scruffy, my hand must have slipped. But it appears that Franziska doesn't have all the facts of the case yet.
Objection!
Okay, good. I wasn't sure if that's what I was, but yeah. It would appear that you did not have all the information you needed after all. And what does that mean? I found a nice piece of evidence just before I was forced to stop investigating. A piece that proves the body was moved from a different location. The killer used the suitcase to move the victim's body, meaning that the real scene of the crime is not this lounge at all. Hydration.
Objection!
Now who's the one rashly jumping to conclusions? Excuse me? All you did was find this piece of cloth inside the suitcase. That doesn't prove that the body was moved. Could be that the killer simply chose that suitcase as a good place to hide the cloth. I expected you would come to that conclusion. It would seem I can't escape that easily. Should know better than that. Von Karma is perfect in every way. But did you know that the killer definitely wheeled the suitcase around at some point?
Objection!
As if there was proof of that. Where's proof the suitcase was moved around? Oh, well...
Take that!
Spilled grape juice. In front of the elevator? Yes, and I'd like to draw your attention to this area here. I haven't explained the bit that I've been doing, so I think at this point, several hours in, I'm just gonna explain that I'm saying grape juice like that because it's absolutely wine, so I'm just playing it like as if grape juice is being dubbed over wine. Yeah. Yeah. Explaining the joke ruins the joke, but at the same time I was like, I gotta talk. Spilled grape juice. Yeah. Where is the evidence that proves the killer dragged the suitcase through here? Let's just make sure we get right on.
Take that!
This mark here, wouldn't you say that it looks suspiciously like tracks from two wheels? I suppose. Further, there is also grape juice, residue on the wheels of the suitcase. This means that the suitcase contains the victim's body definitely passed through. Suitcase containing the victim's body definitely passed through here. I suppose this means that the killer did move the victim's body from somewhere else. I'm glad you've come to your senses.
Objection!
Not so fast. This still doesn't put you in the clear, not by a long shot. Francisco's Logic, Part 2. You prepared yourself and acquired the piggy bank before the plane hit that turbulence. And then you waited for the victim in the lounge, where you beat him to death. Then, while you were in the elevator with the victim's body stuffed into the suitcase, the plane hit that patch of turbulence and out flew the body from within the suitcase. With no way out, you hastily put the suitcase back where you had taken it from, and pretended to be the discoverer of the body. Not a bad bit of logic for something you thought of on the fly. Just what are you insinuating? That I will show you exactly how flawed your logic is. No matter how strong of a face you put on, not even you can hide your fears from me. I'll expose the flaws in your logic in one fell swoop. Francisco's Logic, Part 2.
Hold it!
Now how do you suppose I was able to take the piggy bank out of its display case? As I recall, the case was locked. That's easy. If the case was locked, you simply had to hit the glass like this. Ow! You've shattered my heart of glass. I don't think his heart is of glass, let's be honest. I think he's got a... I think heart of glass implies... I don't know. What does heart of glass really mean? Like fragile heart, like easily broken, but like... I don't... whatever. So she wants to talk about the in-flight shop in the Captain Hugo Bank, does she? Takes care of how you obtain the murder weapon. I guess it's there in this part because yeah. So
Objection!
okay, the fact that you took this piece of evidence into account in your testimony is to be commended. Your legal prowess is certainly something to be feared. Evidence and logic. Yeah, that's why I didn't know we didn't have a case for. I didn't have an evidence for it specifically, but it was there in the description. This was taken out of its display case in the in-flight shop after the turbulence. That's why I didn't immediately jump to it, because I didn't remember it saying it quite like that there on that piece. Yeah. Essential tools that those who would stand in a courtroom must learn to master. But what if there was a fake piece of evidence thrown in the mix? A fake. This Captain Hugo piggy bank is just such a fake. It is not the real murder weapon. What? The timing when the bank was taken from the shop is important. And it was taken after the turbulence had occurred. But then what about the blood on the bank? What do you make of that? I assume it was added after the murder, when the killer fabricated this weapon. Looking at it this way, the killer basically did 3 things after the turbulence. After exiting the elevator, the killer brought the suitcase to the shop and left it there. Then the killer proceeded to pick the bank up from off the floor and took it to fabricate a fake murder weapon by hitting the victim in the head. Finally, the victim's wallet was planted on my personage in my pocket, to be precise. Everything was done so that I would be framed for the murder of Mr. Akbe Hicks. You there? Yes, ma'am. Other than this piggy bank, has anything else resembling a murder weapon found? We didn't find anything in this lounge or in the shop that could be used as one, ma'am. Most of the items that could have been used were broken during the turbulence, and the remaining items all tested negative for any trace of blood. I see. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, it appears your stall tactics are at an end, but it's possible that it's just hidden somewhere else? Somewhere. If the criminal had wanted to hide the weapon in a safer place, I think the weapon would have been hidden in the same place as the bloody cloth. Exactly what I was thinking. Because the cloth was hidden inside that suitcase, it signals to me that the killer had not prepared a more secure place to hide the evidence, which means that the real murder weapon is either still on the murderer's personage, or is still at the real crime scene.
Objection!
There's one more possibility, and that would be that the piggy bank is in fact the real weapon. But didn't we just... Let me finish. The killer took the bank out from the display case before the turbulence by opening the lock on the display case door. And it was at that time the glass pane in the door was broken. I'd say that's a perfectly reasonable line of reasoning, wouldn't you? Let's see, so that means the killer had the key to the display case. Francisca, the person you're talking about... Not so fast, I'm not finished. The person I'm talking about also committed another sin. As we discussed, flight attendants are bereft of sin. Or not bereft, or sorry, whatever, yeah. She tricked the captain, and granted you permission to conduct your investigation. Yes, it is the sin of lying. Speaking of which, I recall that you also wish to speak with her. Yes, very well, permission granted, but only if I can sit in on your interrogation. Do we understand each other? I have no intention of interrogating her, but you are welcome to accompany me if you so wish. Miss Gennaro is in the flight attendant's room. Let's move. Okay. Wow, this is much bigger on the inside than it should be, I think. Oh gee, I wonder whose bunk is which. So you're the one that poked around inside this plane, without the captain's permission. Deviating from the flight attendant's manual is very unbecoming, you know? What were you hoping to accomplish by doing that? Miss Gennaro? Ah, Mr. Edgeworth, you're here too. Can you please help us and shed some light on why you did what you did? Alright. What's all this then? Oh, there's... Oh, that's the... Oh, okay, wait. I believe it more then. So I thought that was the door that we just came through. So no, that... Yeah, it's still way larger than I think it should reasonably be, but the dimensions make more sense now because I thought this door was right here, and I was like, how is there? Ooh, wait. How is because like literally if that door is in the middle of the wall, then how is there wall? But no, we came through here, so that makes sense. So it comes back a bit and then comes under the staircase. It's still way larger than it should be, but like at least the dimensions make more sense. Oh hey, wait, is that the guy's cell phone? Pretty easy to tell who's sleeping in which bunk just by looking. I'm almost certain that the well-kept one up top belongs to Miss Tenero. Ugh, this bottom was a giant mess. You sloven, squalid scoundrel of a man. You dare to scrutinize a woman's bed and invade her privacy? Honestly, I support Francisco on this one. Yeah. Ow. Sigh, there are some things in life best kept to yourself, Detective. There is sure to be a clue of some sort in this trash can. Detective Gumshoe, if you please. Yes, sir. Just leave the rummaging to me. Scruffy, how dare you go through a woman's trash without her permission? Okay, well, I think that's a cell phone on top, so that's why I was trying to check the trash. Have you since? I'm sorry, I'm just doing what Mr. Edgeworth told me to. Duh. Forgive me, Detective. All right. Why is there a box of treasures? What is all this junk inside these boxes? There's no rhyme or reason in any of it. That's our lost and found, Mr. Who lost the fucking... These rich people. Gold crowns and swords and necklaces. It's like a treasure trove in there, sir. The fact that these were left on the plane implies they were carried onto it to begin with. Something tells me it's time for Goyu to send its metal detectors out for repairs. Gold isn't... Do metal detectors detect gold? For some reason I thought gold was not... Maybe it is. I know it's not magnetic. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Eh. Why did you lie about receiving the captain's permission like that? Because I didn't think I would be able to get his permission. What do you mean? The captain, he only has ears for Cammy. Spoke with the captain a little earlier myself. You definitely seem to be rather taken with... He definitely seems to be rather taken with Miss Millie. Yes, and on top of that, I had mistakenly accused Mr. Edgeworth of being the killer. I wanted to make amends. In that case, please allow me to thank you for what you did. Thanks to you, I was able to clear myself of all charges. Really? You were able to prove your innocence? Oh, thank goodness. Miss Tenero, is it? There is one more thing I'd like to ask you. You missed... Ah, there, see? There it is. Told you. But yeah, thanks. 11 months. Honestly, it still feels like yesterday when I hit affiliate. But yeah, no, what you missed was me just poking around the room a little bit. Like, for example, looking at the box with all the gold shit in it, like gold crown and the, you know, words and shit. Apparently that's the lost and found box. And then Edgeworth made some comment about them needing to check their metal detectors if all this was brought on board. And I mean, first of all, that's not how that works, because those are things that can be brought on board. So like they're probably taken through, you know, like in carry-on luggage and then lost. So sure. But then also, like, is gold, do metal detectors trigger on gold? Because I know they're not I know gold isn't magnetic, but like, I don't know how metal detectors really work. You were in the in-flight shop just before the turbulence, weren't you? Please answer honestly. Yes, I was. And why were you there? Well, Why the sudden hesitation, Francisca? Seems to have struck a nerve. All I did was go check up on the shop like I always do. You're saying it was for work, then? Yes, I'm in charge of the shop, so I have to keep an eye on it. I don't have any reason to go there otherwise. Wait, you mean you just have to go to check up on it? Like, you don't actually sell the stuff? Who sells the stuff, then? After your visit to the shop, you paid a visit to this room, correct? Yes, I came back to freshen up and adjust my makeup. I'm sorry, but there isn't much else to tell. Miss New York claims to have no reason other than duty to go to the shop. But is that all there is to it? Maybe I should ask her about that thing. Do I ask about the bag or the bank? The bag or the bank? The bag? If you could please take a look at this for me, Miss Tenero. Oh, that suitcase. Yes, absolutely, that suitcase. You are the one who designed it, correct? No. Okay, so I can prove that things are bought from the shop. Two things. One, she said that the bank was a hot item and it was sold out except for the one last copy. That was part of the plot. That is how we are supposed. That was part of the you know. It's part of the premise. It's to explain that why there's only the one on the flight, and we know that there's only the one on the flight because there was only the one left. But we also know that stuff was bought this flight, because you're right. Those other ones were bought in the past, but we know stuff was bought on this flight because that one guy had a life preserver and a life jacket and all of the safety equipment that's sold in the shop. Because again, this airline is gonna get fucking sued. And I think I figured out something else about it. This suitcase is the reason you went to this shop, isn't it? There's nothing you won't find out eventually, is there? Won't you please tell me more about this suitcase? Yes, I was interested in seeing how the suitcase I had designed were selling. I know that as a service professional I'm not supposed to care, but I really wanted to know. And I was glad to see that it was the last one there. The last one there. Except the honor system also doesn't quite work if a bunch of the stuff is locked in a cabinet. Like that's also a thing. So I guess the low price items are honor system, but the high price stuff you have to like flag her down and be like, I would like to buy this, and then she'll come and unlock it for you, and then you drop cash in the box or something, I guess. But like, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. This also implies that the huge ass suitcases are not expensive, or I guess they're low risk, because who's gonna be able to wander out with one of those suitcases, you know? It is really underthought of design, like very. Last one there. So you're saying, Miss Tenero, that the suitcase in question was the last one? Yes, they're just so popular they're practically flying off the shelves. It's not exactly the impression I got. The one in the shop is most definitely the last one. Well, we're currently looking at that suitcase. Really? Then I guess we sold all of them. Thank you very much for taking the last one. I didn't say anything about buying it. I didn't say you'll buy it. I'm sorry, I can't. But why? I think it'd go great with your complexion, Mr. Esworth. It really suits you. I guarantee it personally as a service professional. Well, that is... how should I put this? It's hideous. What? Maybe that was a bit too direct. Moving on, my issue with the suitcase isn't the design, it's the number of them remaining. Remaining? There were 2 suitcases in the in-flight shop when I investigated. 2? But that's impossible. I'm sure there was only one. Looks like your story has generated quite the contradiction. When I left the shop, I'm positive there was only 1 suitcase left. Something is amiss here. What could be the meaning of this inconsistency? By the way, Miss Tenero, what is one of these suitcases doing here? I thought you said there was only 1 left. That's her suitcase, okay? She likes the design. It's her design. Of course she bought one for herself. That one is, it's mine. I've used it for a very long time now. Why does it still have its price tag on? Yeah, she's used it for a long time? I think not. Has she been buying her own suitcases? Like every flight, like one every flight or something? Girl. Miss Tenero, I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't lie to me. Excuse me. I don't believe for even 1 second that you've used this for a very long time. What proves that this hasn't been used for nearly as long? Yeah, the price tag.
Take that!
Tell me, Miss Tenero, is it always your habit to keep the price tag pristine on your suitcase? It's sad and hilarious, but more sad than hilarious, for being honest. What is the meaning of this? Why would you lie about a suitcase? Despite having faith in her design sense, the sales numbers made her cry bitter tears. The truth is becoming increasingly clear to me. Miss Tenero, I think I understand. I know what you are trying to hide. Now then, this suitcase was originally in in-flight shop. Seeing as how the price tag is still on this suitcase, one can only assume it was out on the floor for sale in the shop. And the person who bought this suitcase was herself.
Take that!
She bought it herself. It was you, wasn't it, Miss Tenero? I hate to say this, but this suitcase that you designed, it hasn't sold very well, has it? Honestly, it's got potential in there. I think if she changed the color scheme up a little bit, just a little bit even. I don't even think it needs like a massive color, because I think cut out the rainbow for the name. I think the airline name, one solid color, let's say black. Yeah, it's too loud, but the colors aren't bad. I think the colors aren't bad per se. I think they just need to be darkened a little bit, you know? Like, let's just cut out the rainbow. Like, the rainbow is a little overdoing it for the name. So, just a black name for the logo. And then, like, darken all the colors a little bit. Maybe cut down on the polka dots, you know? Like, darken the colors just a little bit, and then keep only the ones that have the mascot's face in them. Only the polka dots with the mascot's face. I think that's still a subjective suitcase, a subjectively desirable suitcase. I wouldn't buy it. I think it would sell more. I wouldn't buy it still. But I think that's how you fix this design, you know? Yeah. Yeah. Hasn't sold very well, has it? Honestly, you know what? Give me who would have a suitcase with their face on it? Okay, you know what? Actually, I just realized that's actually kind of genius. Like, okay, so it looks ugly as hell. Honestly, your face just on a suitcase, it looks ugly. And if you actually like it, you are some form of narcissist. You gotta be, okay? But yeah, your bag would never be stolen, and you'll definitely be able to recognize it. You know, you'll know your bag when you see it, and yeah, it'll never get stolen. And if it does get stolen, there is no way anyone could get away with lying that it's their bag. You know, like let's say someone does steal the bag without realizing what's on the face, and then you catch up with them. You know, they get caught, and they're just like, no, that's my bag. And the person, the security officer over just goes, you have a bag with his face on it? Like, it's actually genius now that I think about it. Ugly as hell, but genius. You saw how poorly this design that you poured your heart into was selling, and were deeply hurt. That's why you wanted to make it look like it was selling by buying it yourself. Isn't that right? Then the reason you went to the shop and came back here was... I'm sorry. All I really have is my job. I was overjoyed when my design was chosen. I thought that maybe I had finally accomplished something. But the suitcases didn't sell. It's because of the design, isn't it? All because it's, as you put it, hideous. I can't say they chose a great place, and I can't say they chose a great place in which to sell them either. We weren't selling a single one. They were just sitting there collecting dust. Okay, if we're being honest, I do have to agree with Edgeworth that I think the location they're being sold in is much bigger issue than their actual design. But the design didn't help. We weren't selling a single one. They were just sitting there collecting dust. Felt so bad seeing them there, day in and day out. So I decided to buy one for every flight I worked. I'd buy one every single... Oh my god, I was being a little facetious that she bought one every single flight, but I was right. Oh god. I see. So in order to keep your resolution, you went and bought one today as well? Yes, and here's my receipt for that purchase. The receipt is clearly timestamped 5:40 a.m. Suitcase receipt data jotted down in my organizer. Yay. So wait, so she... It's an honor system with a cash register that actually, you know, will spit out a receipt. That's the takeaway I have to come from this. That I don't know I do not know what to make of this stupid in-flight shop anymore. This entire fucking plane. We're back to it. We gotta just move on. The plane makes no sense. The plane is stupid. Moving on. The truth is, there's still a bunch of them left unsold. They're planning to scrap the remaining ones at the end of this flight. Miss Tenero, where are these other suitcases? They should all be down in the cargo hold. Then the suitcase the killer used could very well have come from the cargo hold. Mr. Edgeworth, you don't think that the killer used one of my suitcases to... Yes, I do. The killer used one of your beloved suitcases to move the victim's body. Ah! How could they? Those suitcases were meant to be faithful partners to our passengers on their trips. That's all I ever wished for them to be. Miss Tenero, is there any other way to get to the cargo hold than the elevator? The only other way is just through that door there. And what about security? That door has no special lock installed because just to enter this room, you need a special keycard that only crew members have access to. Fair. Which means that the culprit is someone who can enter this room, eliminating the passengers and leaving only crew members as potential suspects. I can't believe it. Yes, Francisca? I mean, someone could have stolen the key card. That is still a possibility. Going on this wild goose chase, you're a disgrace to the Von Carmenane. And what do you mean by that? The suitcase came from the cargo hold. That fact alone tells the whole story. Yes, which is why I said the culprit must be a crew member who used their keycard. Miles Edgeworth, you're proposing that the killer rode that elevator from the cargo hold, correct? Yes, that's the only realistic possibility. That other attendant, Miss Mellon. I asked her earlier and she had this to say. Francis got information out of Miss Mellon. In order to make the elevator go down to the cargo hold, a different keycard is required. A different one? Yes, and the only person who holds that particular card is you, Miss Rhoda-Tennero, and only you. Ah! What? Is this true, Miss Tennero? Yes, I keep the keycard in my locker at all times. Could you please show us that card right now? Yes, hold on. Ah, I don't believe it. What's wrong? The keycard, it's gone. Very clever. Pretending that your card was stolen when in fact you're just trying to hide it from us. You've really thought this through. Wait, it's not like that. You can't tell us. You can tell us all about what it's like down at the station. Officer, arrest this woman. Yes, ma'am. Mr. Edgeworth. What's wrong? There's disbelief written all over your face. Francisca, I know that you are the lead investigator on this case. However, hold it. Don't even think about wasting any more of my time. You know the rules as well as I do. Evidence speaks louder than words. Even if it isn't a courtroom, that basic tenet still applies. I intend to investigate the cargo hold now. What will you do, Miles Edgeworth? I intend to do likewise. All to be continued. Alright, so we're at a stopping point. I think that means that we're stopping here, but we're stopping the game here. I have one more thing I want to do. Alright. So we're saved there. We're saved. We're good. Let's see. Damn. It's actually not set up properly anymore. Oof. What if I... Eek. What if I... I gotta cut off more of the top, because apparently it's not set up properly anymore. And I gotta do this semi-blind. Huh. Or maybe... Oh, no. The crop was probably right. It's just the preview's not. Alright. Let's try this. Nope. All right. Well, never mind. We're gonna do something different. Or well, we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna end here, I suppose. Let's see. Is anyone streaming that we can drop y'all off with? And the answer is no. Or wait. Yeah, no. Then alright, y'all. I think we made progress. I don't know how much progress, but we made progress. We're hopefully like halfway done with the episode, right? Tune in next week for the continuing adventures of, Miles Edgeworth. Because this will just keep going and going and going and going. I'm totally not regretting my life decisions at all. Yeah, well, it was nice. I hate this plane. But we're making progress. I got my theories. Y'all have yours. We shall see who wins in the end. Yeah, I'm ending. It's late. And I have been doing this for only 3.5 hours at this point. I started late though, so yeah. Sorry. I'm back now, Angel. I'm gonna be streaming Wednesday and Thursday, much earlier than I stream at this time though. So I don't know if that doesn't work for you. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be streaming like so I started 3.5 hours ago today. I would be starting like 4 hours even earlier. Yeah, I'd be starting at like 4 hours earlier on than I started today. Maybe 5 hours. Honestly, it might be in flux a little bit on those times till later, but that's where we're starting with, But yeah, it's time to let y'all go. I had a great time. Thank y'all for tuning in. Remember to follow, subscribe, join the Discord. Yeah, I gotta sleep. I hope y'all sleep good too. But yeah.